first. Alright, we should be live. Bit late. Kind of slept in a bit, but kind of needed that. Put my phone on the charger. And that. Restring it. Looks like I got a new follower. Auxiliary Cat, thank you for following. I don't like how the follower goal doesn't update when I'm not online. I have to like redo the goal again in order to get it to look correctly. To be accurate, more like it. There's, oh, looks like I probably won't be making today's or this month's goal of 50 subscribers. Hi. Oh, still waking up. I had a nice sleep, I guess. Work was exhausting this week. Hi, meow. Oh, I know a cat came to say hi. Alright, this time we should actually make it board the Tempest. Actually chat with Daddy Krogan this time. Huh. Oh. Guess it would help if I had the audio running to my headphones. Yes, there we go. Nice cat. Just groom yourself right in front of me. Hope everyone's week has gone well. Gives us a chance to connect. I've been playing the Apex thingy on the mobile app. It's like very... It's like, hey, maybe you should buy some stuff, huh? Maybe increase the likelihood that your like little digital teams will be able to complete a mission, huh? Especially for those higher ranks. So we're just talking to everyone here at the new outpost. Seeing what it's all about before we head back to the Tempest. And then of course start hitting on Krogan Daddy, which unfortunately isn't a romance option. Zoom in, enhance. Whee!
Hello, Ryder.
There's look like it seems to have been a dust storm right in here.
He heard it from the pilot.
Izzy, you've got to stop listening to every rumor that comes in.
Okay, but when your shuttle gets eaten by space whales, don't say I didn't warn you.
There was a little dust devil in here. What was up with that? It's a merchant. Effects pistol 2, you say? Don't I already have one of those? Pathfinder helmet. I guess. I don't think you can... I don't think the Conifex pistol has like any I don't think I can mod it yet. Formal request for Darket T-R-V-N. Number 28. Making the request again, Bradley. I know it's not your fault. I know she's supposed to be second wave, but I want a trail so that when all this calms down in a few years, we can get proper outrage about how long it took to reunite families, especially ones hurt during the Site 1/2 mess. You know, broken promises is a thing, right? Requesting the deployment of Darket T. Rivian W84 Crispin Exo Study Specialist. Reason: she's an asset that will help viability. She's also my daughter.
You haven't got a fuel cell, have you?
Chain
The quartermaster
Fox.
says there's plenty, but she would. Wait. Oh, shit, you're the Pathfinder. Sorry, no one said VIPs were coming by.
I'm just Ryder. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I was just about to
I'm
send you on
Fox,
some
chief
random
engineer
task
for
that
Prodromos.
is way
Anything you
up
need, ask
below
away.
your pay grade.
What do you think about your new home?
First impressions? We've got water, clear skies for solar power, plants to farm. The remnants are a wild card, but Bradley says you have them covered. It'll take work, no question, but I think EOS is really going to be something.
What do you do here?
My team gets things going. Water, power, communications, everything a civilization needs. Well, not laws or a constitution, but it's easier to concentrate on those when you got a flushing toilet.
What brought you all the way to Andromeda?
There's a colony back home you've never heard of. Viridis. It failed. Hard. I grew up there watching things fall apart. When I left, I got into infrastructure, civil engineering. Boring stuff unless you've ever lived without it. I wanted to do Viridis right, I guess. And the initiative was my best chance.
What are the other outpost staff like?
Like Connor, you mean? She's pretty fun when you get to know her. Just don't get to know her over a poker game. Trust me.
Bye, Fox.
In the future,
Have a good
people
one.
still play poker. Herc rosters, week 2. Water course repair team. Kane Fox, team leader. L'Oreal Smith, water pipes. Matthew Kiensen, VI programming. Attachment course damage sheet .hsm. Weather monitoring device setup. Axel Jennings, team leader. Sayel Farix. Jamie Kasperiak. Attachment monitoring device logs.
Work rosters. That datapad mentioned the name Jennings. Here, Axel Jennings. Assigned to set up weather monitoring devices all over the desert.
Only one location matches the sound from the medical equipment. A monolith.
Let's go.
Scratchpad login. Chief Engineer Caden Fox. This file is filled with sketches, annotations, and exploded schematics view. Many are focused on the a combined road monorail network for EOS, showing several different but brilliant designs. Always good to go back to the old standby when I need to think. Underneath all the several doodles, showing elegant redesigns of the Nexus tram system map. Posted on one side are a number of downloaded schematics on predicted population growth over the next century. Got a baseline. Bradley's always good for the numbers. Adjoining the statistics is a blocked out simplistic drawing of Prodromos, dotted lines showing expansion, with detailed sketches of water and sewage lines underground, wireless power routers, and a flow of foot traffic. Sloppy, but it's a start. Oh, my kitty's sleeping. Hey, Fox. How is it there? I heard Bradley has things up and running smoothly. Pet you? Yes, hi. I know you guys can do it. Tell me all about EOS. It's boring here, so I have to live vicariously through you. Oh, you remember that girl I told you about, the Asari? We're going out this weekend. I can't believe she said yes. Wish me luck. Now it's your turn, buddy. Ellis. Oh, hi, kitty. Oh, sheep kitty. Alright. What do we got? This monolith up here. Shock treatment. Something doesn't add up. Scanning for minerals. Got tea only today. I'm out of coffee. Oh, there we go. So, I had a friend and a fellow streamer here on Twitch as well. Stormy VN, I believe is what he goes by here. He introduced me to a game that's coming out in a few weeks called Outriders. There's a demo available on Steam. It looks fun and interesting, and a lot like what Mass Effect Andromeda
that work crew, but someone left their gear behind.
wanted to be almost, except, well, not quite. So it seems to have borrowed a lot of concepts from Mass Effect Andromeda, except that you're on one planet.
Found another colonist.
Where?
We're so close. I just know it. Once we get that linguist, we'll crack it. There's so much tech here. It has to help.
I mean,
Then I can see
these?
Carrie again. It's
Pretty sure I
been a
found these
slow
guys
start,
already.
but we got this. We... Oh no. No!
Damn it.
The Remnant aren't all bots and maybe blue skies. Stay careful.
Wait, I've got an open comm channel.
Easy money. Once the electrical charge builds up, we'll have ourselves some nice obedient remnant.
You better be sure this time, Jennings.
If you're that spooked, go hide behind the 4 giants. I'm busy.
Damn it, we've got to find them before they get themselves killed.
I don't see a body. Did that trigger, like, incorrectly? Yeah. So Outriders, it has a very similar premise, except that there isn't more than one world, and unfortunately doesn't seem to have any aliens in it, aside from like the alien life that's on the alien wildlife that's on already on the planet that they're on. It so people are so there's an arc. They don't call it that, but it's essentially an arc that humanity fled Earth because Earth is a shithole now. Shock treatment's all the way over there. I guess I'll just go travel over here and start picking off at that. So, humans have pretty much trashed Earth.
All we could do is watch it happen.
Hard lessons we can't forget.
First steps mark the brave and dead, old Krogan saying.
I got the one planet or one dead body that was over here. Let me check. So they fled. They were put on cryostasis. They got to a new planet. You're an outrider, which might as well just be a pathfinder. Wait, who the fuck are you? Save the crew. Oh, there's a time limit. Whoops. That's what I get for not paying attention. Here. So you land on the planet to get some information on the probes that you launched to kind of like make sure, hey, this planet's safe, right?
Enemies!
I like hoodoos. Play it right, you can trick a thresher right into one. Squish.
Help us! Please!
Okay.
Hostiles ahead!
Great timing. Thanks for the assist.
Your experiment with the remnant didn't work out.
Huh. Okay, who squealed? Gasbrick? Yeah, I bet. These remnant could plow our fields, protect us from the Ket. You control them, why shouldn't we?
Risking lives. I know what I'm doing. No.
How many people need to get hurt before you stop this?
Pathfinder's got a point, Jennings.
Fine. But you can't protect us all the time, Pathfinder. Out here, we need every edge we can get.
True. Adaptive Initiative Core. Anything else around here behind me? Nope.
Detecting above normal radiation levels.
Game says I'm not allowed to go there yet.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources.
Thanks,
You
Sam.
can extract minerals via your mining interface.
So wait, you're Kesh's father?
Grandfather, actually. She tell you about me?
Not exactly. She did used to swear up and down about a stubborn old fossil, usually while hitting something.
Stubborn old fossil. She's called me worse on a good day.
Aw. Daddy Krogan needs some lovin'. I'm the one to give it to him if the game would let me, but it won't. I wonder if I could just find the body already. It's right here. Nope, the game says it's not time to find the body, so I can't.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
I'm pretty sure I installed something that shuts them off, or maybe I didn't. Like the no shit Captain Obvious mod. No, I think that's just the golden waste thing. Something doesn't add up. So can I just... There we go. Toggle it.
Civilians lived here, engineers, but they fought. This was theirs for a while. Would have stood a better chance if they had a Krogan.
No offense, big guy, but I don't think that would have changed this.
Depends on the Krogan.
Life support is back online.
Pointing to the ocean. Whoops. Oh my god, I touched a little bit of water. Out of the area!
Shuttle dust off? Then there's at least one unaccounted for?
Uncertain, all shuttles that didn't follow standard escape procedures were assumed destroyed.
Assumed. So there's a chance.
So, as I was saying about this Outriders, you're totally not a Pathfinder, or at least part of a group of explorers.
EOS will have holidays, once we figure out the seasons.
EOS feels more like a home, but it's still mostly hard work.
And so you're there to look for probes. Make sure it's safe to land, and nothing's gonna kill you. You find one of your probes because mysteriously, and that's totally not a sign, the probes lost their signals.
Coming through!
Switch them. The
Life support systems offline.
Nope.
Detecting above normal radiation levels.
Guess I can't. Game says I'm not allowed to. Book it back to safety.
Experiencing radiation
Ow.
damage.
I guess being back in the thingy doesn't.
We knew
protect
Promise
me.
would die. All we could do is watch it happen.
Hard lessons we can't forget.
First steps mark the brave and dead. Old Krogan saying.
Radiation levels normal.
Are you? Oh, you're that one guy. I guess I could buy a McKean too. Do I have no?
The failure here was expensive, Pathfinder. It's worn all of us down, not just our shuttles.
So go down to the planet, look for your probes. You found one, and Assel McAsselheads is like, okay, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and land and start colonizing. It's like, but there's our other one, and we just picked up this signal, and there's something odd. Nope, don't go explore it. Let's just fucking land. So you go out and explore it, and shit hits the ceiling. Mysterious anomalies start to happen. People get killed. There's a dangerous fungus. All the works. So you go back and tell them, no, don't fucking land. This planet isn't safe. And Asshole McAsselson kills your BFF and your BFF and daddy figure. Let's be honest. And of course he wants to wipe you guys out. You fight back. You stop him, but nope. Too late to do anything to land the planet. Your character ends up getting hit by the anomaly, but not killed. But you're not well, so a scientist lady puts you back into cryo to save your life. You end up waking up from cryo 31 years later to a dystopia of the the colony already landing and, well, having to deal with the shit. And you find out you have superpowers from the anomaly, unlike, you know, the Pathfinder who has superpowers thanks to Sam. And it's up to you to find out, to help your scientist friend lady with, like, the different factions. There's, of course, war, people raging against each other and the environment and fighting over for the scraps of resources. I never use these. I really should. They're essentially the cheat everything thing. I think I end up saving those just for the Renret, or the giant Leviathan Renvet. Oh, I can't speak this morning. Now, let me check my equipment. I don't even have any. Did I even complete that quest? Journal. Oh, yep, naming dead. Okay, so I already found all the dead bodies. Just a promise. Like the missing scientists, I have to go through all those monoliths and find some data pads and stuff. I don't think there was any there. Like how I know there's stuff out here. I think it's all out of range. It's all deadly radiation effects. Yeah, so Outrider seems like a fun game. You get to have different classes, get ready to fight, which all come with different superpowers. I wonder if this is supposed to be a ramp. Oh, good morning. Cool. Hope you're having a good morning, the mannequin.
Life support restored.
What you making for breakfast? Ooh, a container. Money. Useless fake money. Let's see. Don't see any data pads up. Did I level up? Oh, I did. Oh. Nope. Could I not decide what to put my points in? More energy drain, I guess. Impact radius affects 3 additional nearby, grants additional. I like the effect. I like being able to hit more with it. So shield. And then I think I'll go with increased damage. They can get their own shields. What's that thingy up there? I think it's more element 0. I wonder if like things aren't going to be what they seem. Oh, your gold looks weird.
Detecting above normal radiation levels.
Oh, does it? My follower girl goal. I think I tried resetting it and it didn't work. Good morning, Irrational Dove. I think I'll just hide it for now. Just reset it some other time. How's everyone doing this morning?
Strain on our gear, but so is everywhere else.
We're outfitted best we can be.
Planet after planet wears tech down in different ways. I usually end up walking.
Well, good morning, the creeping darkness. Everyone's here today. How long did you end up staying up last night?
Radiation levels are severe. Seek safety immediately.
Let's see you deal with this.
I don't see anything. Been good trying to decide what to... Sunday, D&D day. I really should work on getting into D&D. I honestly have enough time, like, managing... doing other things that I enjoy doing. Finding time for them. So honestly, like, trying to get into something, like, new right now would be difficult for me. Map. No, I said map. So we'll check this one out, then try looking at this one, see if we can't find any of those things. Indeed, it is Sunday, and it is D&D. Hey, good morning, Lessons Learned. Ready for today? Scan this already. Whoops.
Got them all.
Do you hear that?
I'm checking on BioWare's Death Watch. Yep, still ticking. That's interesting to see. Anthem is dead. Dead. Buried right next to this game, and probably will mark the death of any future ideas that BioWare had for live services, since they did want to turn.
What do you miss most about the Milky Way, Vetra?
Understanding how shit works. Back home I knew the politics, the people, the places.
They wanted to.
Here everything's new.
What,
can't
make
play the system
Dragon
if you
Age
don't know what it
4
I don't know about that. The way
a
the
live act
stream
or a
is
live
growing,
service?
Seems like the system came with us.
Yeah, the systemic racism against our people came with you. Whether it's deserved or not, that's an entirely different story. Probably not as much as people rip on them. The initiative, visit a new galaxy, murder the local wildlife. Yep. If I could get 1 hour today, I think with 10 people watch it. Oh, sweet. We're almost there. Equipment. I feel like there's a way I can just tell it to, like, us. Put it all over there.
Radiation levels increasing.
Rich.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Yes, thank you, Sam, for telling me the obvious. There's a mod to get him to stop telling you the obvious, but I don't think I downloaded it. Why am I hitting all these spikes?
Drac, how come you like me? We Turians
Ooh.
haven't exactly treated Krogan very well.
You aren't like most Turians, Vetra. You know what it's like to hurt a little.
I haven't taken half the shots you have. Still have all my limbs.
Give it time.
I wish we saw more of Daddy
The
Krogan's
remnants staked a claim
prosthesis.
over there.
I'm almost afraid to start streaming again. My above average is 1.5. No, that's because a few people popped in last night for a while. I hate this. Yeah. Especially when I go multi-days without nothing because of work. Yeah. Although I would think it... I'm not entirely sure how the average works, too. Is it like an average within a week? Or a month? Because it seems a little bit wishy-washy like that. I think since most people are here, we'll head back to the Tempest after we've completed the colonization of this planet for a third time.
Before the meeting gets started, I have bunk assignments for PB and Drac.
Already put
30
my
days, but
rucksack
I
in
don't
the
think
kitchen.
it's-
I'll hang out there if that's okay.
And I'm in one of the escape
I
pods.
think as long
Or
as
my
I think it has to be within
That's
those that weird like
fantastic.
within
Welcome
7 days
Any
thing.
thoughts, Ryder?
Because you also have to hit that, like, you've streamed within you know, 8 or is it 8 hours within a week, it feels like. So
This
you still
isn't a
have to
military
have
vessel,
that
but there
criteria
need to be
too.
rules. Better
Because
ask
otherwise
about
that
protocol.
dips down.
Let's talk about our success on Eos. Besides establishing our first viable outpost, we did some amazing things. We discovered the remnant and breached their vault.
And didn't get killed.
Overcame radiation poisoning a number of times.
And didn't die.
Confronted by Ket at every turn.
Once again, did not get killed.
You guys really need to raise the bar on what you call success.
Daddy Krogan's not
Should we
impressed.
use the Krogan definition of success that got your homeworld nuked by your own people?
Shots fired.
Fair enough.
Your eyes are clipping into your eyelids.
Let's focus. Back to the task at hand. Looking forward.
Exactly. Here's my only question. When do we hit that next vault? It looked active. We have to get on that.
Hang on, hang on. We need to not go off half-cocked.
There are initiative priorities. The team calls the shots.
Actually, the Pathfinder calls the shots, just to be clear.
So what do you need from us, Ryder?
These choices are so limited. Hard work. I don't think it's the hard work. It's just trying to get along.
Let's be kind and give each other the benefit of the doubt.
That was
Finding a home
lame.
for tens of thousands in this hellscape is stressful enough without
That was
added
oh my god, that just makes my Pathfinder sound
You
kind
got
of
it, boss.
milquetoasty.
If Krogan are known for one thing, it's getting along.
But
I
not
get along with
humility
you.
or self-awareness.
Okay, let's head back to the Nexus. PB, Drac, see Lexi for a physical. Good meeting, everyone.
Actually, I better be there for that physical for Drac. I think I need to supervise this physical.
Just how long were you on EOS, Drac?
Long enough to get sand in cracks I didn't even know I had.
And neglect your prosthetics.
Neglect adds character.
No, it doesn't. I've been playing this thing on my phone. Haha. I also have a mod that doubles a lot of this stuff. Oh, are you? I don't know why it does that. Oh yeah, I'm like getting a bunch of errors. I really don't know if it's my internet, if it's my hardware, or if it's my computer. The hell is this? Common fibers. Oh, it's a resource. Oh, I can just do this. Alright, Lexi, what do you have to say?
Need something?
Crew morale.
How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating patient confidentiality. Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files, and my brain by species.
How do you think the human crew members are handling things?
There's a lot of them.
How's Cora doing?
She's processing. Your father was her mentor. She expected to follow in his footsteps, but he gave the role of Pathfinder to you.
Yeah, that was kind of
Just because
shitty of
she
him.
trusts his judgment doesn't mean she's not confused. Or hurt.
Gil?
Gil likes to use humor as a defensive technique. He'd rather bury himself in the Nomad than tackle emotions head-on.
Suvi okay?
She's remarkably adaptive. I'm kind of jealous.
How's Liam?
A handful. Every time I patch him up, he breaks something new. Liam's we can't lose attitude is commendable. But I worry how he'll react when something does go wrong.
Yeah.
I'd like to check in
Can't
on the
really
non-human
stand
crew.
Liam all that much. I want to
Ask
like
away.
him, but I can't. Ugh, yeah, PB, I don't
Is
really
PB
care.
alright?
She's avoiding me. Probably thinks I'll poke her with a needle if she gets
Yep.
too close.
To be fair, you're always giving me shots.
Not in the hallway.
Tell me about Vetra.
Vetra's used to having someone depend on her. I think that's why she's so resourceful and likes providing for other people. That being said, I think she could use a little me time.
How's our Solarian?
He's quite the gossip. Tight-lipped about himself, though.
Is Drac good?
That old bastard's always good. I've never met anyone who can be so stubborn and so appreciative. Could you look out for him, Ryder?
Don't worry, Lexi. I'll keep an eye on him.
Aw.
Thank you. And maybe don't mention I asked?
Thanks for the insight. How do you think...
Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files, and my brain by species.
Why do you sort them that way?
Just easier for me to see patterns in behavior.
Thanks for the insight. How did you get into medicine?
My mum was a dancer on Omega. Dad was a bouncer. I'd patch him up after busy nights. Discovered I had steady hands.
Aw.
They put every credit they earned into my education.
Are they
I
here
think
in Helios?
I think
No.
her father maybe
Both
is a
died in a
Krogan.
turf war. Made leaving the Milky Way behind easier.
I can't remember. Maybe her father was a Krogan, and maybe she sees a lot of her father in him, and I think that's why she's like she wants to take care of him. If I recall correctly, I might be wrong. I feel, but I think she mentions that her father is a Krogan.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Yeah, for those who don't know Mass Effect lore, Omega is a spaceport on an asteroid. It's one of those spaceports that was like a mining facility because they were mining the asteroid, even though it's mostly been depleted already. So it's just this like trashy, like Blade Runner inspired spaceport where pretty much there's no real defined ruler, but it is ruled under like this one criminal head person.
Report from the Nexus. Population's growing as people wake up. Lots of hopefuls waiting for a home.
Bradley will have all the help he can take.
They'll be starting crops soon. Can't tell if they have enough water or too much. I grew up on a little cargo freighter. Only saw gardens in vids, but I always loved them. I daydreamed about planting a big rose garden when we got here and still imagine it sometimes. Roses in Helios.
Yep, gotta flirt with her.
So there's a heart soft as rose petals under that uniform.
I got plenty under here, pal. Does the big bad Pathfinder have a soft spot too?
I might. For certain someones.
Good to know. We've all got our something.
Especially if they're Krogan. Arturians.
I didn't for a while. After I left the
Or
Asari
Angara.
Commandos, well,
Or
I
Solarian.
didn't leave. My mentor, Nasira, said I should go.
Why?
The initiative would suit you better, was all she said. Being a huntress suited me fine, but she insisted.
It sounds like she cared more about what you needed than about what you wanted.
I didn't need to be rejected. Still, that's familiar. When your biotics are honed into Huntress-grade weapons, people can be weird about it. The initiative seemed better. Just didn't see how I'd fit into their brave new galaxy. I never fit anywhere before. Then I met some jerk named Ryder. Talked about traveling to Andromeda like he was teaching you how to see it.
So that's something I don't understand because I don't know. It's somewhat mentioned in the first Mass Effect, but we don't see it later on in any of the other series. But there does seem to be a prejudice among humans with people with biotics. We don't. I think Caden mentioned it in the first game, but we don't really see very much of it outside of the. Whoops! It's like my cat did something. Outside of the everyone wanting the L2s with the bad implants wanting reparations and stuff and medical support. And them having to resort to terrorism to get what they need. So it's kind of odd to kind of see this again where like, oh, she's a freak because she has superpowers. And then I think, wasn't there like a weird thing where they kind of didn't want... Of course, this was probably when they were much younger, and she served as an Asari commando in as an adult. But there seemed to be kind of like a stigma, like, oh, we want to try to enhance biotics and stuff, but we don't want the Asari's help. Because if I recall correctly, they had Kaiden's teacher was like a Turian that was an asshole and abusive, and they wanted to, because the Alliance kind of wanted to keep it hush-hush and stuff. So the fact that they would be like, oh yeah, Krogan, or go hang out with the Asari,
made you want to take the plunge.
which would honestly make more sense.
Where everyone had a place, even AI, or an overpowered human biotic. Your father said, I get being different. Now imagine being welcome and making others like you welcome too. When I was 13, I could warp a steel girder. He made me wonder, what if someone had told me that's okay?
That's fucking cool. Nothing's certain.
He gave you a dream to work toward. He was good at that.
Who doesn't want to belong? Especially somewhere like the Initiative. So I gave the Initiative my all. Kept thinking of the niche I wanted. My rose garden. I thought I knew what I was going to be.
This is about not taking over as Pathfinder?
Didn't think it would still sting. Nasira, your father, even my parents. They leave, I'm left without answers. Nowhere to stand.
I get that. We've all had a lot of disappointments lately.
You're doing well.
Yeah, it's
For
almost
having
like I
no
don't
training,
have that much of a
being your
character.
second isn't so bad. And if that remnant tech pays off, maybe someday I'll have roses too.
So there was something she said about the, being different and being accepted for who you are. Hey, so if lessons learned, if you're still here, since you're also like someone who's in the Mass Effect fandom and stuff, is it just me, or is that like the complete opposite of not necessarily just Mass Effect fans, but like BioWare fans in general? I think let's just encompass it as BioWare fans, like the BioWare gamers and just gamers TM. They seem like a pretty toxic bunch and very unwelcoming of people with differences. From what I've seen of them in a broader perspective. Which is just funny because this game, for those who don't know, a lot of like the controversies with this game, this game got trashed not just because of the facial animations and the poor state that it released in, but just for like the weirdest, grossest shit like people can just bring up about it. A lot of the hardcore gamers were complaining about Cora's appearance. I think because she just looks like a bit like butchy, and it's like, okay. Liam, they totally said it's not a black thing, but it's because he's black. I mean, I don't like his personality, but that's separate from him being black. But the grossest thing, mods that I've stumbled across were not all the gross, like, female sex mods for this game. It's the fact that you could turn Liam into a better character, and it's just changing him to a white person. I'm like, that is fucking gross. And a lot of the things that I see too, in terms of like all the human characters, is there does seem to be a wide diversity in terms of like different races and cultures that you see. Like one of our starting crews in the initial prologue, like wears a turban, for lack of better terms. I'm sure there's a more formal term for the headgear that he's wearing. So that kind of tells me that he might be like Muslim, which is kind of neat. And of course, I see like a lot of wide spread, like different people that look like they're of different ethnicities. And I think the game has I think the game got a lot of backlash for that, for being SJW. It's just like inclusivity is a bad thing. Like, we just want our whitewash characters and stuff. It's sort of, I won't say it's, again, a bad thing too, but a lot of the times when I see like fan depictions of Shepard in general, or even like custom characters Shepards, they always tend to be white. Like, you can make Shepard into, look whoever you want. Look the way, however you want them to look, and maybe like reflect yourself. But it always seemed like the more popular depictions always seem to be the white ones. And I don't know what that says about like either, gamer culture in general, or just like, I guess like media depictions, like, that the white is the norm, like white cis male is the norm, especially because it's usually males. But even with like female depictions, they always tend to also be white. It just kind of makes me a bit kind of gross about thinking about liking the this kind of fandom and stuff. And it's just so weird because it feels like, are you sure you're really a fan of like this? It's like people who say they're fans of Star Trek, the Utopia, the whole like Utopia thing. We're all cool with each other, and being like hardcore racists and Nazis and like super super capitalist.
Don't give the Pathfinder too much trouble. Oh, Rushan.
Oh, I probably should have like eavesdropped a bit on him.
Kesh, Nexus superintendent, thinks she can boss me around just because she's my granddaughter.
We like trouble here.
Well, welcome to the Tempest. Trouble's what we do.
I like the way you think, kid.
Someone somewhere shivered when I said that.
Probably Tan. Damn politicians.
Is that all you brought?
You travel lean when supplies are tight and you're on your own.
It's hard to be on
Leaving
your
the
own.
Nexus can't have been an easy choice.
It was, actually. Staying became impossible. After the mutiny happened, it was either buckle under Tan's rules or start our own colony. Easy choice. Bad consequences all around.
Not all Krogan left. Your granddaughter stayed.
Good thing she did. Without my Rushan, you wouldn't have had much of a station to tie your ship to.
Hi, Meow.
As for me,
Staring
I'm
at
way
me.
more useful out here. Lots to shoot at, for one.
Your people come first.
Keeping Kesh and our colony safe will always be my top priority. That's why I'm happy to tag along, help make this galaxy a little more hospitable.
Yeah, keep your knees.
Can't argue with that.
I think he was calling his granddaughter.
Ryder, you meet Spender yet? Colonial Affairs, the ass in assistant director. Got no idea why Addison keeps him around. Spender lied to the Krogan during the uprising, and he's headed out for Kesh ever since. He's up to something. I just can't prove it. We should pay him a visit on the Nexus.
We should.
What's it like to have Kesh?
Someone offended Daddy Krogan, so
Kesh
they
is
must be
my
punished.
Rushan, child of my blood. Raised her myself. Damn proud of her, too. She did good. Even with me for a granddad.
I like her. She is cool.
She's honest. Definitely blunt.
She had to take after me in some ways, I guess.
Did Lexi brief you on Sam and squad connectivity yet?
Yeah. You want to hook that thing up to my comms, sure, but that's where it stops. Putting an AI in your head, giving it access to everything like that, it's begging for trouble.
Why do you say that?
I've seen what bots can do when they turn on their creators. Been in some of those fights. There's a reason that kind of research was outlawed.
Yeah, I was dismissed from the Alliance when news of what my dad was researching got out.
No shit. Ruined the writer name, I'll bet.
Almost. Sam is part of what makes someone a Pathfinder. You're just gonna have to deal with that.
So long as it's not in my head and it ain't messing with my body.
I'd like to know more about you.
Fire away.
How did you and Vetra meet?
Huh, that's right. Your father brought you into the project pretty late, didn't he? Must have been a pretty steep learning curve since they thawed you out.
You could say that.
You make do with what you get. Anyway, I met Vetra back when we were building the Nexus. She swiped supplies I was trying to get for Kesh right under my nose. I tried to intimidate her into turning them over to me, and let me tell you, that Turian takes shit from no one.
She really has a way of getting things done.
She sure does. But here's the best part. She waited until I saw her again in Kesh's office, no less, to tell me she'd been working for Kesh all along. They're both still laughing at me over that.
Tell me more about the Krogan colony.
My clan's there. We also got some scouts looking for any unclaimed territory to grab up. Got a decent setup going. Self-sustainable, the works. Even some farming.
Farming? Krogan farm?
Food's food. Just because we can eat anything doesn't mean we gotta settle for scraps. I'm pretty fond of Corcrow roots myself. Takes a while to chew through those.
So, this is the only time, now that he mentioned it, that I think he ever mentions these stupid scouts. So later on in the storyline, I'm gonna actually, the only other arc that you end up finding is the Solarian arc, and it's actually the only time you meet one of the original Pathfinders aside from your father. That you end up having to choose between saving his scouts and saving the Solarian Pathfinder. And well, the first time I went with the scouts because I mean I can't disappoint Daddy Krogan, but like I'm like, when did you ever mention scouts before, and that you were missing your scouts? Their scouts got captured by the Ket and experimented on, and then we get to fight this behemoth of a Krogan, a Krogan Ket. Because I mean, Reapers, Ket, they all want that Krogan. Yep. They want that Krogan on their team. And now that he mentions it here, it's like, okay, so you mentioned you had scouts that were out scouting uncharted territories. But I don't know if he ever brings it up later that, oh yeah, my Krogan scouts went missing.
So about all this combat experience you have, I'd love some details.
Ha! The list will be shorter if you ask me what experience I don't have. I've been doing this for a long time now, centuries, shit.
Sex with a
well
Pathfinder, I
1,000
bet you don't have that.
Don't even know how I'm still alive, to be honest.
Skill?
You need luck to be a merc. Skill, sure, but a whole lot of luck. And a really hard head.
Only thing I want a Krogan on, yep. You said Pacific Fruit. I definitely want a Krogan on a lot of different things.
Got any stories or advice to share?
Does a pyjak scratch its butt?
Anything about the Ket, or combat in general?
Well, common Ket are pretty straightforward. Hit them hard enough, they die like anything else.
Tell me more about fighting Ket.
Wraiths are sneaky little shits, like to ghost up behind you when you least expect it. Just listen for them. They tend to give themselves away right before coming at you. Break through their head plates, then a headshot should do the trick.
Tell me more about fighting Ket.
Destined are annoying, quick. Got some crazy mist that hides them from view, their friends too. Take a Destined down, and that mist goes away. Makes them a prime target, if you ask me. Perfect for grenade practice.
Why did the Krogan leave the Nexus?
The Nexus got us Krogan to stop the mutiny. In return, we were supposed to get a say in station business. Spender, Addison's assistant, lied about the deal, and Tan came down hard. Too hard. So we left.
Because he's a racist
Kesh is
bastard.
alone on that station now.
You think someone might try to hurt Kesh?
More like she airlocks Spender. Or he tries to stab her in the back, and then she airlocks him. Tan wouldn't listen to me when I told him Spender had a part in the mutiny. I had no proof.
So what's my part in this?
Things need to get sorted out, and my clan needs to get back on station, without Spender messing things up. Way I see it, you're probably the best one for that job.
Yep. Let's see if he says
Got any
anything
stories
else.
or advice to share?
Does a pie jack scratch its butt?
Nope. Okay.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Hey, one last thing.
Yeah?
Don't call me kid.
Is everyone a kid to you?
Ha, when you get to be my age, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's supposed to be pushing like 1,000 years old. Yep, I can see that. Let's see, any new messages over here? Trek and PV are officially on the team. I finished the assignment paperwork for the Nexus, had to fudge a few details, but you're both officially members of the Pathfinder team. Welcome. And Drac, I just want to check in publicly and about what I said. Cora. Comment, thanks Harper. The best headbutt is always the one you don't see coming. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, did he headbutt her? Alright.
Messing with that vault feels like early brain surgery. Just poking and hoping.
As long as it helps us to live here, I don't care how the vault's doing it.
Magnificently. That's how.
I prefer tech with more exposed bolts. If you can't open it, you don't own it.
Need something? Need something done?
Who?
Have anyone else here with you? Besides Sid?
No, just me and Sid. It's always been just the two of us.
No, I mean, someone special.
Special? Oh. You mean like... Oh. No, nothing like that. Who has time? What about you?
Anywhere's gonna feel empty if you don't have someone to share it with.
A romantic? I wasn't expecting that. And again, the entire idea of leaving everything you know for a chance at something new is kind of romantic. Anyway.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Wow, I can already go there. This game's not wasting time. Hi, Liam.
Prodromos. Sounds good, doesn't it? We started Pathfinder. A new life. That is goddamn brilliant.
Just wondering what you think of how I'm doing at the job.
I'm committed to the initiative. You're Pathfinder. It's as simple as it gets.
Just stopping by for much. Just showing some interest.
Bad opening, Pathfinder. You're better than that.
Yes, well, screw it. I'm owning it.
See, I knew it. Alright, interest returned. Let's bank that for another day.
We'll talk later.
I know it.
Gotta hit on everyone. Number one rule of the Tempest is the captain gets to flirt with you. Well, I guess I'm not the captain, the Pathfinder.
Hey, what's shaking?
Flirting.
I like it when you flirt. I wouldn't want you to stop.
Have I flirted with you? Don't worry, Ryder. I'm relentless. It relaxes me.
No need dialogue.
Thanks for chatting. We'll talk again later.
You know it.
Even I don't like y'all that much. HR mess waiting to happen. Yeah. I don't think the HR department has been set up yet, so I think I'm okay.
What's up?
Hello, Director Tan. I'd like to file a complaint.
Seems like we have a good group here.
Well, Veteran Suvia are my girls. Get along well. Lots of mutual respect. PB's a real spark plug. I like her, but she's exhausting. And Drax's my kind of guy. Brash. Takes no shit. As far as your Hyperion peeps go, the Doc's kind of nosy. Liam's good for a laugh or two. Cora, she's a bit by the book for me.
I just see her go off book.
By the book keeps us alive.
Hey, variety's the spice of life, right? Different strokes makes for healthy debate.
What about Callow?
He's a pilot.
Which means...
he flies the ship.
We're leaving it at that, then?
Does a Pathfinder know what to do with a dead end?
I hear we have you to thank for getting the Tempest space ready so quickly.
Vetra brings her impossible feats to me. I was itching to get this particular call. Capital R ready. Don't tell her, but the truth is, I fudge reports to come in early, then bust ass in secret to make up for it. Expands the guild legend. Plus, I convey calm and assurance, and the whole team relaxes, which helps them do their jobs better.
Okay.
What's your social circle like?
I'm good for a laugh, so I know lots of people, but I don't let too many in. My one true friend is stationed on the Nexus. She's the only piece of the Milky Way I brought with me. The more you and I get to know each other, the more you'll probably hear about her.
How tough was it on the Nexus all those months?
Have you ever eaten overcooked space cow tongue?
Yes.
Hasn't everyone?
Well, then you know. It's super tough. Wondering if you're gonna die from a critical malfunction, or maybe starvation.
I think my tacos are
Imagining
pretty
which
good.
would be worse. But hey, you could always take a break from the fear and boredom to dwell on being a part of the biggest failure in galactic history. Maybe even participate in a revolt.
What was your take
I
on
don't
that?
know about that.
I didn't place any bets, if that's what you're asking.
We think
Truth
the
is, I don't
Leviathans
think
have you
anyone made
beat
out
there.
particularly well. Whatever side you're on, you die a little when your brother, your teammate, becomes an enemy. We traveled all this way, all hope and wonder, and we end up fighting with each other over scraps. It's sad.
Yeah, so that game, Outrider, is seeming to be more of a better Mass Effect Andromeda, despite the fact that it only takes place on one planet.
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Alright, who else do I need to talk to? Let's say, do you give me different dialogue if I chat with you again?
Hey, Ryder. What's the story? Anytime.
Okay, time to go chat with the crew. We're on the bridge. Actually, there's emails.
Those remnant vaults, all those secrets. Have to go exploring in one someday.
Imagine flying through one. Now that would be a real hazard course.
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff now. Asking for assistance. Dr. Iridian. Yeah, Iridian. Hello, Ryder. Forgive the intrusion. I have an issue that you and Sam should be able to readily solve. It may assist with my investigation into the Scourge. We can discuss it in person in the Nexus Labs. My regards to you and Sam's. Dr. Iridia, astrophysics lead of the Nessus Text Lab. Watching the doggo. Aw. To writer from Cora. A reminder. Thanks for talking. If things feel better, though they don't feel fixed yet. Remember to take time for yourself too. Work's important, but also is time to grieve. Grief and fear cannot rule you. Let them be your faithful servants, protective of their mistress. Loss serves as a huntress for all fuel serves fire, or like all fuel serves fire. Estheris 12 leaves, verse 132. Oops. Cora, P.S. Plants are coming along. Sam and I are learning about botany together. Interesting times. That vault. To Ryder from Cora. Can we still smell the remnant vault in my... can still smell the remnant vault in my armor. A lot of weird shit down there. Like my Huntress manuals would say, the razor's edge between the known and the unknown teaches you what can be cut away. Now that I think back, it reminded me a little of some of the temples in Thessia. Same huge spaces and running, quote, water. Some sense of huge purpose you can't really understand. Makes me wonder if we'll ever really know what their builders did there. Proud to be here. Writer from Liam. Hey Pathfinder, just hitting this point again. Our team, no place I'd rather be. Here's where we get to fix things. So we have people on the ground. I'll have eyes on how to get them what they need. This sort of just make things happen is why I joined the the Hustle. I believe that's how he pronounces it. And exactly why I came here. We'll do it. Costa. Liam has included a list of media themed to Frontiers. Genres include westerns, space operas, and oddly, Turian historical dramas. You're the boss. To Writer from Vetra. Pathfinder. I thought I ought to clarify. I know I said things about back channels doing what I have to do. Being on Nexus during the bad times, a lot of us got used to a lot of ugly things because survival just isn't pretty. But in the end, I am here to help you, so if there's anything you don't like, I won't do it. Simple as that, Vetra. About your dad, Writer from Drek. Vetra told me what happened to your dad. I've lost a lot of people over the years. Figured you could use some cheering up or at least a distraction. This usually helps me. Dract attached 37 images of various rifles and shotguns. 2 are duplicate images, many are low res or watermarked. Oh, Drac is such a boomer. In case you're interested. Writer from Lexi. Attachment. Krogan virility and aggression. Writer. Attached is my Krogan thesis that I mentioned to you. I know, only 500 pages, but I wasn't allowed to go over. If you get through it, I wrote a longer dissertation for the Citadel Journal of Medicine around 1,400 pages. That's much more insightful and includes mating diagrams. Ooh, go ahead and forward that to me, Lexi. Now you've piqued my interest. Yoga poses. To Writer from Lexi. Writer, given the huge amount of impact cardio for your exercise routine, I recommend spending 5 to 10 minutes a day stretching to open your hips and relieve tightness in your lower back. The poses I've listed below should do nicely. Not to sound elitist, but while it's true humans invented yoga, Asari perfected it. Damn. Wait, are you wearing a robe? Yes, I'm wearing a robe. He's very interested in the stream. Oh, watching the doggo. The dog's watching the stream. Oh, is your dog interested in my voice? That's great. Oh, so Lexi, are you saying that I need to learn to stretch out more? Do you know something about Drek that I don't? Is he packing? Carithus bow. Standing, spread your legs apart, turning 1 foot outwards. Take a deep breath. On exhale, bend your torso towards the outward facing foot until your hand meets your ankle. Hold for 5 seconds, then switch sides. Tevura's embrace. Lying on your back, bring your feet together until there is a diamond of negative space between your legs. Palms against the floor, push your hips forward. Be careful not to overextend yourself. That sounds kind of sexy, actually. I really should do more yoga. The matriarch's pose. Kneeling, take a deep breath. On exhale, bring both hands together to form a triangle. On the second inhale, swing your arms overhead and bend forward until your torso is between your thighs. What? Kneeling. Okay, so you're like it's like you're worshipping kneeling. Hold for 3 breaths and reaching further with each exhale. Please let me know if you need diagrams or vids. Threshold up. Hey, so I heard you were interested in roaming Krogan, so here's some pro tips on how to fuck one. Yeah, purely for academic reasons. Purely for academic reasons. Yeah. Hey, you seem a bit interested in Drek. Here. This will help. You should do more yoga, Ryder. I see how you're eyeing Drek. Brothers McCoy. I think I read this one already. It's yeah, I read those already. I feel like that's a trap. I don't remember if that one about the doctor needing Sam, if it's a trap.
Scans of the Scourge. All that dark energy twisting and turning on itself. It's splendid.
I suppose it is a rather darkly beautiful phenomenon.
Darkly beautiful. I like that. Helios
this can't be a
is
wordplay
incredible,
similar without a
isn't
bunch
it?
of emails. Yep.
Not just constructs like the Scourge and the Remnant Vaults. Just all of it. So alien.
I guess like in the future we haven't
constant
discovered like a
reminder
better
of
way
the
to
divine
communicate than
intelligence
email.
behind all creation.
You think that's weird. You think that I'd be able to access my email anywhere because I have an Omni tool thing. So, or, we can just text each other. Like, why has Life is Strange perfected that, like, little menu thing where you get, like, cell phone notifications and you can press the menu and out pops up your, like, text messages, and even Sam will, like, or Sam. No, Max will, like, respond. So, yeah, I think BioWare's falling behind right there. Because I feel like you should be able to get, like, email notifications and check that anytime. But I guess, like, oh no, it has to be in-game in some way. Yeah, you would think they would have that already in the future, but, yep, sadly. So, let's see, all of it, alien. Oh yeah, so she's, like, a weird one. So she's, like, raised as an atheist and is now like finding God or something too, if I recall.
God?
Yes, I believe in a higher power. I know it's a little odd, but I am a scientist because science brings me closer to something greater than myself.
So it's like she's the opposite of like a religious Christian. She was raised as an atheist, believes in science and trusts science, but somehow science has led her to believe that there's a God. Nope, there's no higher
There's nothing
power.
about the universe that suggests a divine intelligence. And most of what we've seen in Helios is artificial, as you said yourself.
Yes, but we're creative beings. Whoever made the Remnant was too. Why should that be proof against a god? Wouldn't a true creator want to pass on the drive to invent?
Nope, gotta flirt with her. I think she immediately rejects me because she is a strictly female only. Yeah, so it seems that I've dismissed this first, but you seem interested to take on faith and science. I really like to pick your brain on that sometime, maybe over drinks. The Nexus?
I like that. Now I should probably update the rest of the team with my latest reports. We'll talk later.
Yeah, that's the one thing I kind of wish with the mod I can kind of turn off certain romances and stuff so that they'd stay, I guess, true to their gender thing. Because I do want to flirt with everyone, but I kind of still want it to reflect that I'm male. So, like, I want to be able to flirt with Survey, but not have her actually, like, be interested in me because she's supposed to be strictly female romance. Like, same with Liam. I would actually like him to just kind of like, oh, no thanks, Trader. I'm not interested. Thanks. Because then that's, like, when the flirting actually stops. Like, I already had Alexi will always reject you because she's not romanceable. She's like, no, you're not my type. I don't engage with, like, you know, patient doctor things.
Hello, Gil. When are you cleaning up that repair on the sensor console?
I'm not. It's a redesign.
A redesign? Without a trained crew?
I'm trained and it's working great. Don't be so uptight.
Everything okay?
Oh, fine. Fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so that's like where their beef comes. It's like Kalo has his own like ship design and stuff, and he wants to kind of mess with it to try to make it better.
I couldn't help overhearing you and Gil. It sounded pretty heated.
He likes redesigning things, but the ship was built this way for a reason. I wish Gil would respect that. It's nothing to concern yourself about, really.
Tell me something else about the ship.
O'Connell, our systems designer, was running a power distribution model, how power moves through the ship. But he forgot to lock his terminal, and we, added a few embellishments. For 2 days, poor O'Connell was convinced that turning on all the bathroom lights would overload the engine core.
Tell me something else about the ship.
I'm all out of stories for now. Sorry. You'll have to make some new ones.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Well, I can't talk about Suvi. She's sitting right there.
I'm not listening. You can say whatever you like.
Oh no, I'm not falling for that again.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
I'll admit it. Gil's rather irritating. He insists on redesigning systems rather than maintaining them.
He likes to do things his way.
That doesn't make it the right way.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Liam's quite fun. Not many humans have that kind of energy. I probably shouldn't have told him there are secret compartments in the armory, though. He's been looking all day.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Dr. Tapero seems nice, if quiet. It must be very different here, compared to the Hyperion. Fewer people in stasis shock.
Let's keep it that way. What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Given Drax's history with Solarians, it's probably better I just stay out of his way. Too bad. That grunion roast he makes smells delicious.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
He's like the ship's cook,
I like
too.
PB, but I really hope she doesn't lean on the escape pod's manual release by accident.
Is that easy to do?
It's an escape pod. If it's difficult to use, you're doing it wrong.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Vetra's very kind. She actually got hold of some dried seaweed snacks for me. Said I needed feeding up.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
I don't talk to Cora much. She always seems so busy. There are things I'd like to ask her about your father, but it never seems like a good time.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
No, if I gossip anymore, I'll get in trouble.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Alright. So, Drex spit roast, yeah. Drek and Joel. I think as soon as I get done with all the Nexus stuff that's coming up, I think I can progress the story further, and then it'll let me. No, then I think I end up recruiting Joel. Of course, that's like its own thing. I'll probably go for at least like another hour. Lessons Learned 1 and I are going to be streaming our podcast today instead of tomorrow. This is so pretty.
I'm picking up something. Probes launched. Anomaly found. Shuttle spotted. Drifting. It sustained catastrophic electrical damage.
Like, this entire map thing is really cool.
That's the research.
It's just kind of a pain that it's a bit time consuming.
There are no life readings within.
She'll want to know.
Okay, the Eudoxus sustained pervasive damage due to Scourge flares that wiped out all internal systems. Dr. Aridia's crew was killed instantly. A vessel adrift, unscavenged due to the radiation. Oh, so I already did the thing. Huh. Wait, you needed Salmonite to help you with that? Yeah, I forgot to talk to that Sean person on the Nexus. Oh, better drink some water.
Anomaly on sensors.
Oh, this black spot.
Probes launched. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Aluminum. So what's up with this planet? Helulan. Named for the first landing of the human explorer Leiflin Eckerson, Helulan's crust is largely composed of aluminum with sulfur deposits brought to the surface via volcanic activity. Let's go here. It's got a moon. Nothing. Marklin. Marklin is a large frozen world with a surface composed mostly of silica with deposits of cobalt. The planet's albedo is unexpectedly dark, suggesting ecological activity or contamination from the Scourge. So there's a moon there. I think that moon becomes active later. Why it wouldn't address it right now when I can clearly see it right there? Ooh, look at that purple, like, atmosphere. This way. This way. Oh, this little crater right here.
Deploying probe. We've got a crater.
A crater. A crater caused by an impact of heavy debris. Possibly from the Scourge. The meteorite still contains valuable resources. Apparently those resources include, like, player experience. Vinland. Vinland is a small rocky world with a pressure cooker atmosphere composed of argon and carbon dioxide. Its valuable cobalt deposits would require robotic mining due to the volatile surface gases. And Habitat 7. Oh. This is the cluster with a Habitat 7 in it.
I'm picking up something.
Let me find one of our probes.
Probe away. Satellite detected.
Satellite. A standard monitoring satellite. Its registration shows that it was deployed accidentally from the Hyperion during the collision with the Scourge. Habitat 7. Even visual scanning shows habitats having no longer a promising settlement world. The planet's atmosphere is largely argon nitrogen, and little of the projected planet life has survived. Look at that hurricane right there. Right. Zoom.
Familiar territory.
The Nexus has been here for months. Still not enough time to survey it all. Anomaly detected.
Way out there.
Probe away. I found something.
Zoom. Ooh. It's a pulsar. Oh no, it's just an element 0 deposit. An unusually rich deposit of element 0. It appears to be a primary source broken up by space-time distortions in the Scourge. Wait, so that's what I thought element 0 was, like some weird though special element that had to be mined specially. This looks like a pulsar or something. So why am I finding it as a rock on planets? Mahyan is largely composed of hydrogen and methane. Its relative proximity to the Nexus makes it useful core discharge. Plans for a helium-3 skirming stations are in progress.
I'm picking up something. Probe away. Getting a scan.
Volcano. This volcano has recently erupted. Phi Xing's usually strong gravity, 3.2 Gs, means the lava flow is localized and may be valuable for study. Experience points. Phi Xing is an extremely hot and volcanic active world. Thick carbon dioxide and ethane atmosphere covers the iron-rich surface with deposits of calcium. Whoom. Xinghe. Xinghe is a small but scorched world, partially due to the crushing nitrogen atmosphere. Evidence suggests its icy ring was once a small comet. Pachoo.
I'm picking up something.
Oh no, Xinghe is the whoops. Xinghe is the name of
Probes
the
launched. Detecting what's left of a ship.
planet. Or the cluster. Or the solar system. The Cryetid is sustained heavily damaged in a drift but salvageable. This planet is called H599. With its distinctive rings, H599 was used as a rendezvous point during the Nexus's early conception or attempts at exploration. Pilots still use the term a 99 run for a short journey with numerous hazards. So what was this other planet called that I went to? Gonzen. So what is the Nexus orbiting? Is it orbiting a planet? Or is it just in its own orbit? No, it's orbiting a planet? Okay, yeah, so we are orbiting a planet. The Nexus. Headquarters of Andromeda Initiative. The Nexus is a massive space station designed to anchor the returning arcs, process resources, and support colonists before their departure to New World or new arrivals must pass quarantine. Dock. That sounded like I leveled up. Yeah, I have the mod that cuts down on the animations. Oh, loading. Loading assets.
Pathfinder is
Oh, there we go. Oh, poor Mass Effect.
But EOS is different now, right? Pathfinder.
All right, settle down.
Oh,
Give
they're
them
all
space.
excited.
Lieutenant Syax, Kendros' aide. They all wanted to see you. Real hope again. It's been a while.
Relax, Lieutenant. If there was ever a day to pop some champagne.
Certainly. The initiative's finally back on track.
Professor Herrick, right?
What you achieved with that remnant vault is unprecedented, Pathfinder. Impossible. But with new scientific talent,
One might say
we'll
contrived.
unravel those mysteries. The whole Nexus will benefit.
We've taken some hard knocks, but this proves we'll always get up
It's time
again.
to be passionate.
Always.
Well, what are you waiting for? There's a new world out there.
Thank you, Ryder.
Hi, people are excited. I did the thing. So, looks like the world has opened up.
Don't shove the crate off the... You shoved the crate off the ramp. Where do they find these people?
Keeping tabs on things back here?
Yeah, I try to watch what's going on while we're away, but it's nice to check in person.
Going well, I hope.
As well as it can go with limited resources, yeah. Tiny steps.
How may I assist?
What year?
Our helpful medical staff can assist with any physical or psychological after effects you may be experiencing. Once you've cleared immigration, our helpful staff, whichever you choose, rest assured our Pathfinders have careful...
Okay, so she doesn't have any new dialogue, it looks like.
Hi, I'm Jan Garson, founder of the initiative.
I don't know what they're doing here.
We ask that you spend a few short minutes going through immigration processing, then we'll have
It's like immigration processing, maybe. Oh, my favorite place, the culture exchange, aka the Hall of Propaganda. Yay, isn't everyone great? This is where sort of like a quick way you can get to know the about the races, all the pre-established Mass Effect races, but it's very summarized and idealistic. It summarizes some of the conflicts. It's like oopsie poopsie. It's similar to the way America kind of summarizes the relationships with Native Americans and settlers. I'm back for lurking. Hey, Creepy Darkness, how you doing? See, when I first played this game, I thought this was gonna be like, oh, is this like where the Quarians maybe get added on? But this is supposed to be like the Pathfinder. It's like, oh, the Pathfinder, he's great. You're just in time for...
My people are the Turians. It will be a privilege to tell you about them.
You've come at the right time to see the Hall of Propaganda.
Okay.
Turians are a highly disciplined race who value service to others. No one places personal needs ahead of the greater whole. Public works serves as a focal point of our society. We believe it's our duty to better our species.
Where do you come from?
Turians live on a planet known as Power. The atmosphere's weak magnetic field shaped our evolution into the life form you see today. Our signature carapace, the hard exterior shell you see on Tyrians, is actually metal. It protects us from the intense rays of Paladin's sun.
What's Turian history like?
The history of my people is proof that peace eventually wins out. Disagreements among species turned into lasting friendships. When Turians first met humans, there was a misunderstanding between us that could have had disastrous consequences.
Like a war?
But with patience and restraint, humans and Tyrians eventually joined together in a mutually beneficial partnership. We look forward to doing the same in Andromeda.
Yeah, so that's an understatement. So when humans first discovered the mass relay that was thought that originally it was frozen and was actually the moon of Pluto. And of course they thought it out and got it active. When they started exploring, they ran into the Turians and there was a first contact war because the Turians attacked them.
The pleasure of meeting you has been mine. One that I hope other Tyrians will soon enjoy.
Or, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I've never really read up on like how that started, but it seems like the Turians were just like the aggressors. Of course, the Asaris.
Welcome, native of Andromeda. My people are known as Asari. It would be my pleasure to
Hey, Lexi, I didn't know they made you into a hologram.
Okay.
Very well. Asari are the oldest civilized race in the Milky Way galaxy. Among my people, diplomacy and cooperation are prized over war or conflict.
That's why we have Asari commandos.
Where do you come from?
Asari come from a planet known as Thessia, which many consider the crown jewel of the Milky Way. It's a thriving world blessed with prosperity and peace, and the center of the largest economy in the galaxy. With the high concentration of element zero on Thessia, Asari evolved powerful biotic abilities. It is considered a hallmark of our species.
Yeah, that and your ability to mate with anything that has a mind to it.
What's Asari history like?
Thousands of years ago, we played an important role in founding the Citadel Council, the seat of government for our home galaxy. In the ensuing centuries, Asari placed great value on cooperation and collaboration. Many species look to us for leadership and guidance. Due to our lifespan, sometimes reaching 1,000 years of age, we are patient in our decisions and prefer long-term solutions over short-term gains.
Oh yeah, no, this is all propaganda. So, the Asari
We look forward to forging new bonds with our friends.
The Asari consider themselves like the dominant species because they're like the first ones to have evolved, or at least like gain like a space flight and pretty much populate the galaxy, or at least start sort of colonizing and stuff. And they discovered the mass relay or the citadels. The thing is too, like the Asari would tell you that they actually are shitty. Yeah, so the Asari are, so they're supposed to be the dominant race. The reason why that is, though, you find out in the third game, is because the Reapers wipe out like life every like about 50,000 years, essentially when they start kind of developing space flight and start populating the galaxy for reasons unknown, and we'll just leave it at that. The last like dominant species during that cycle sent out probes and stuff, and they sort of thought the Asari were going to be like the next best race, I guess, or of people when they were just primitive to, face the Reapers and stuff. So they gave them like a probe with a bunch of technology, and that's why they're so advanced. Is they kind of got like they kind of had a shortcut handed over to them. So that's why they're sort of like the dominant species. But I mean, they all have superpowers. They all have the space magic superpowers, and they're all designed to be the sexy blue alien ladies that every guy wants to screw, no matter which race you are, because they can also mate with anything. They mate via like mind connection thing, and that's how they get pregnant. And which, of course, to me is like, so then why do they have a vagina you know, do they even feel pleasure during penetrative sex if they didn't evolve if they evolved as a mono species, unless they were a dual species and then eventually that died out and they evolved into a mono species, because like all that would be then is just a birth canal. So a one small loan of $1 million. Yep. Sometimes someone on the development team was really just wondering. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. We had to have pretty much we'll sleep with any one race, like, and of course they're all sexy blue ladies. Yeah, we can't have like a mono alien group of like sexy male only aliens. See, these are the questions I wish I was asking, making their alien. Yeah, like that. Like that's the thing. Like, I maybe I overthink media and stuff, but it's like, so think of the implications with that. So why? It's one thing if like they'll have sex with anything in terms of they'll mate with anyone via their little mind thing, and you know, getting pregnant and have a family and stuff. But what about the physical contact? Do they even care about that? Like, I assume they have a mouth, so they have an anus, but what if they didn't have a vagina? Like, would people find them as attractive? And of course they happen to have breasts as well. It's like, I don't think any of the other species has breasts, except for the thing with the female Turians. We didn't see any of them until like the third game, and the technical reason for that was because the limitation of assets and stuff, because it was the Mass Effect was designed for the 360, so it was easier to just have like one male Turian model, and I don't know, the females don't travel out in space as whole much. It's the same thing with the Krogans and the Solarians. So I really feel like they wouldn't be in need. Yeah, there wouldn't be a need for that. So they'd either have a birth canal and that's it. Like, so they're cool with just, I guess, getting penetrated. You see love. Love, Death and Robots? No. I think I've heard of that, but I don't think I've seen that. Ooh, that's piqued my interest. Let me look it up. Love, Death, and Robots. Ooh, no, I don't know. I haven't seen this. Collective animated stories. Ooh, this sounds like I should, though. Yeah. It could just be a psychic trick. What, the, having sex with them? I mean, why not just use... So that's the thing! So, we didn't see a female, Solarian until the third game, and they look exactly the same as a regular male Solarian. Like you saw over there when I got off the ship, there's a male and a female Turian. So we didn't get that until the third game, and we only met one. And then I think you might see a model of a hologram as another one in one of the other DLCs. They were both in DLCs as well. They weren't even added into the core game. But I think they gave them breasts too, or not even breasts, but just sort of like the implication of maybe they have breasts, but they don't. Because they gotta make them look sexy and soft. Like the males look rugged and hard, but the females have like the weird like frillies. They kind of try to soften them up. There was a depiction of them of one in the comic, and they look pretty ugly in there. Which would make more sense because if Turians are supposed to be kind of bird-based, like their inspirations are birds, it would make sense for like the males to be pretty and the females to be ugly, because that's how most birds operate. The males are the more flamboyant and pretty looking of the sexes in terms of bird species, because the females need to be dull and camouflage themselves and stuff. Makes I'm saying developers are sexist. Yeah, it is. Because again, no, they look like attractive females. Like there would be a blob. Oh yeah, yes. There's a concept episode. Yeah, that like it's a psychic trick. Like, oh no, we actually looked. Our real forms would disturb you. Not wrong, but at least it would have. Yeah, it would have. No, I kind of agree. It's like, dude, just admit that you. I hate it when developers just kind of like bullshit their way through like trying to depict women like that. Like Kojima. Kojima's like, oh, you guys will be ashamed that you criticize Quiet. Is her name Quiet? Quiet or Silence? For, you know, the way she dresses up, like being, you know, scantily clad and stuff. It's not because I want to just have a naked woman running around in my game. Oh no, she has to breathe through her skin. There's a logical reason for that. Even though in one of my previous game, I had a guy who was pretty much photosynthesized himself, like uses the sun for energy because he photosynthesizes. But I had him the complete opposite in complete camouflage and dressed up versus having him run naked. I like, oh my god, just admit it. Like, I think the developer of Nier Automata was pretty much open. It's like, yeah, I like girls. I like women. That's why they're like that, all sexy and stuff, because I like women. Okay, that's cool. Like, you don't need to have an artsy fancy like, oh, it's like, oh, or just admit like sex sells and I want to appeal to male gamers. Just admit it. You don't have to try to disguise it as it all artsy and stuff. That'd be interesting, like the Asaris take the form, whatever. So there's actually a joke about that in the second game. So you can go to a bar, and at the bar there's a Solarian, a Turian, and a human sitting at a table with a Solarian dancer dancing on the table. And it's supposedly it's like the Solarian's like bachelor party that the other two kind of set up, even though he didn't really want it. But then they start discussing. It's like, you know, why do our species find like, you know, Asari attractive? And they all kind of start talking about like, oh, like their hair thingies kind of remind me of like of Turians, and like the humans are like, well, you know, they kind of look like, you know, females, and the Solarians like, well, you know, they kind of have like their scales and stuff sort of remind us of like of Solarians. And one of them's like, hey, you know, what if they're messing with our minds with like psychic abilities or something to make us find them attractive? And they kind of start getting a little bit like freaked out out of that. Yeah, it's like, because that would make more sense to me in terms of like why other races as a whole in the galaxy seem to find Asari attractive. That it's some sort of weird, maybe even passive psychic ability that they don't even realize they have to make other species attracted to them so that they can mate with them. As opposed to they just coincidentally evolved to have all these other features that other races from completely other planets and evolutionary lines find them attractive. Or just crazy niche weirdo men in basements that find them attractive. Honestly, I would appreciate if they at least try to give a proper reasoning. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's a thing I've brought up with when it comes to game development stuff. Like, no one thinks of infrastructure. No one thinks of, like, evolutionary lines and stuff. Supposedly the Krogan is like, oh, they had a rough planet. That's why they can pretty much almost survive everything. It's like, can they really survive everything? How does that work? How does a species, like, adapt to, like mass, like, space radiation and stuff from nuclear bombs? Because I'm sure, like, I'm not a scientist, but I assume that there's probably way more radiation in, like, the sun and other, like, spatial anomaly stuff versus, like, an atomic bomb. Alright. Let's see what kind of propaganda they have for the Krogan.
Okay.
Of course you are. We might scary, but don't let that worry you. It comes from living on a harsh world. We're a species that knows how to thrive, even under the worst conditions.
Where do you come from?
An ugly rock called Tachanka. No sense lying. It's not a planet most people want to visit. We had predators, nasty weather, and not much else. But it gave us our identity, forced us to adapt and evolve. Everything about us is built for survival. How many species do you know that have a pair of spare lungs just in case?
Yeah, see, and like they have like. Yes, of course. They always have to point out they have 4 testicles. Yeah, it's like, oh, we have all these like a redundant nerve system and extra set of lungs and 4 testicles.
What's Krogan history like?
Exposure is a thing, though. Atomic weapons be high concentrations of radiation in small areas. Yeah.
You'll hear stories, so no sense covering it up. We once had a great society, but I'm ashamed to say we squandered it. It's why a lot of Krogan are here in Andromeda now. They're the smart ones, the ones looking for peace and a fresh start.
Yeah. So the deal with them too is that apparently they breed like crazy too. Like that I can understand. And I'm not entirely sure if the whole planet thing being exposed to radiation is a thing though, because I think it always seems like from whatever they mention, the radiation came from them bombarding their like own planet with like nuclear bombs. Like it never seemed to be an implication that like the planet was naturally radioactive, because like humans walk around it just fine in their space gear and stuff. The question: where on the motherfucking monster fuck scale are you on? What, Krogan, or just like in general? Like me, it's like how will I the fuck monster scale? Is that like an actual scale that I need to look up? Monster fuck scale. How far into just in general. Oh, it's just like a little Twitter thing. I will pretty much fuck anything that can consent if I find attractive. Like, it can be bipedal or it can be like 4-legged or no legs at all. And as long as I find it attractive, I'll sleep with it. Also, they were, so they breed like crazy and they were sterilized. The Solarians made the sterilization virus. The Turians are the ones that deployed it. It varies depending on which game, because they can't be consistent in terms of what exactly this virus does to make them less viable. Supposedly some is like, oh, they can't breed as quickly, but it's not true. What it seems to be, and it's because they kind of wanted to downplay it for one of the characters, because his backstory was that he had to manipulate the virus again to make it more viable, because the Krogan were naturally adapting against it. Is that it makes it to where most conceptions of Krogan babies end in stillbirth. So it's like, oh no, we can't make more than a murderer. Which, no, yeah, you're a murderer, you're a baby killer. you're pretty much making it to where fetuses die. Krogans are like the opposite of Delegates from Doctor Who and Nurkons from a Warhammer 4K, 40K. Let's see, they live in their machines because they've degraded themselves by a war, and Necrons sold their souls to space gods in exchange for mortality because their home planet was radiation poisoned so bad that the star began to die. Ooh. Yeah, pretty much. Essentially, the Krogan are supposed to be like Klingons, except they're supposed to be super tough. That's exactly what they're being ripped off of.
Thanks for chatting. We're all looking forward to meeting our new neighbors.
So that's why there's like animosity between the Krogan, the Solarians, and the Turians. And some not so much as the Asari. The whole story with the Krogans is that So there was this other race of space bugs called Arachni that were threatening to take over the galaxy. They're very powerful. They have biotics. They breed like crazy, and they're also like a hive mind almost. They were conquering the galaxy, and later it sort of implied that the Reapers had something to do with that. So they no matter how much they tried dealing with them, they couldn't. So they ended up uplifting the Krogan, because the Krogans weren't a very advanced race at all, to have them fight the war, and they managed to kick their asses. They managed to kick their asses so much that they ended up causing the other race to become extinct. And then they threatened to be the next, like, Arachni, because they breed like crazy and wanted to start taking over planets and stuff. And that's why they decided to sterilize them as opposed to just wiping them out, because they didn't want to just wipe out another species.
This is an image of the Citadel, considered the seat of government for many civilized races in the Milky Way galaxy. Here, the Council deliberates on matters of state. It is a champion of the common citizen, eager to help those in need. As with all political institutions in the Milky Way, conflict is rare. Peace and cooperation are the rule of the day.
Yep. That's how you know it's propaganda. Because that's a bold-faced lie.
Greetings, inhabitant of Andromeda. I'm a Solarian. I would be pleased to tell you more about my species.
See, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a female one.
Okay.
Solarians are considered among the brightest scientific minds of the Milky Way. We're known for our quick thinking, technological savvy, and intellectual powers of deduction.
Where do you come from?
Solarians originate from a world known as Surkesh. It's a tropical planet covered with oceans and rainforests. As an amphibious species, we're at home in Surkesh's lush jungles, but with our technological advancements, we can adapt to nearly any environment. We look forward to studying the wonders of Andromeda and the rich diversity our galaxy has to offer.
Yeah, see, this is why I kind of wish, like, we'd have a Solarian, like, asexual romance option, because they're essentially frog people, so they don't have genitalias, and as you can imagine, I would assume they also breed like frogs. They just do their thing, they lay their eggs, and then they just drop their sperm, and that's it. That's sex for them. So that would have been interesting to explore, like, a romance with, like, someone who doesn't have sex. But nope, can't have that. Gotta appeal to the horny male gamers.
What's Solarian history like?
Cooperating with the Asari, we were the second species in the Milky Way to help form a galactic government, the Citadel Council. From time to time, we also guided other species, such as the Krogan, to better channel their natural gifts towards worthy pursuits.
Like war.
It's our belief that the careful application of science and intellect is the key to improving the quality of life for all. It's been my pleasure. Rest assured, the people of Andromeda have nothing to fear from Solarians.
we definitely won't create a virus and
This is an
kill
outpost
everyone.
for Milky Way colonists arriving in your galaxy. They come seeking a fresh start in Andromeda, yearning only for a land they can call home. If you encounter an outpost, feel free to drop by and say hello. Your new neighbors are eager to make friends.
Yeah, later when you run into the Angara, there's a couple of Angaras that start milling around in here.
Hello there. I'm a human being. If you'd like to know more about my people, just ask.
Okay.
Good to hear. Humanity is a diverse species. You may notice different skin colors or religious beliefs among our people. Yet we don't let those differences come between us. We'd rather celebrate our diversity rather than fight over it.
No. Look at the BioWare fandom. Yeah, no, that's not true at all. Also, why did he use the word human being? Like, you didn't see, like, I'm a Turian being. Why not just say, I'm a human?
Where do you come from?
Humans come from a planet called Earth. It's a beautiful blue world with everything from oceans to jungles, snowy mountain peaks to deserts. It's also an oasis of biological diversity. Scientists calculate Earth contains nearly 9 million unique animal and plant species.
We couldn't be bothered to figure out what kind of biodiversity the other planets would have, though.
What's human history like?
Humanity is a young people compared to many of the other Milky Way races. We didn't discover spaceflight until much later. we lack in age, we make up for with enthusiasm and a pioneer spirit.
Humans are the
We'd like
best.
to think we can teach our fellow travelers a few new tricks. I'm glad you stopped by. Next time you see a human, ask about ice cream. It's one of the many great things we bring to Andromeda.
Hello, galaxy of Andromeda. We bring ice cream. Now your lives can truly begin.
This is Arc Hyperion.
Ooh, I could go for some ice cream.
Made the long voyage from the Milky Way
Hadn't had
galaxy
breakfast yet,
to
and I could go for
Andromeda.
some ice cream.
The thousands of colonists aboard have come in peace, united by their dream of a better life in your beautiful galaxy. You need not fear their arrival. We are all citizens of the universe, eager to be your friend.
We come in peace.
Pathfinder, I'm glad you could stop by. Pardon the dust while we set everything up.
How did you get this job?
I was a
Random person.
sociologist in the Milky Way. While there were plenty of cultures to study, the books on them had all been written. There was nothing new I could add. So when I heard about the initiative, I signed up right away.
I want to study
The idea of
new
meeting people,
sociological
seeing how they've evolved,
species.
adapted to life's challenges. I couldn't resist.
What goes on here?
The Cultural Center is a place where new races we've met can visit and exchange ideas. They can learn more about the Milky Way species, while we foster an air of cooperation and understanding. We're just getting everything ready. Hopefully it won't be long before we have our first visitors.
Have you heard anything about the Ket?
Unfortunately, yes. Now, that's a species we won't be inviting here anytime soon. I'd hoped our encounters would be peaceful, but I suppose that was too much to ask.
Don't worry, we'll have the Angara.
Thanks.
Like, I wish I can't...
Of
Why?
course, our hope is that you'll make friends in the cluster and send them our way. And when you have a second, check back with me on a favor I'd like to ask.
Why don't you just tell me now?
I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. On behalf of the Nexus...
Hello there, neighbor. I'm Gian Garson, the founder of the Andromeda Initiative. I thought you might like to hear more about our plans.
We hope you'll enjoy learning...
Tell me more.
Okay.
Dead lady.
Great. If you're seeing this, it means our Pathfinders have done their job and made new friends in the galaxy. Welcome to the Nexus. But I want to put your mind at ease. Seeing our arcs arrive in your neighborhood probably raised some concerns. I'm happy to address them.
What are you planning to do in this galaxy?
Great question. I'd be worried about that too. I can assure you, we have no hostile intentions whatsoever. We're pilgrims who simply want to live in peace. We're eager to learn about new cultures, new ideas, and share our own with you. But we understand trust needs to be earned, no matter what galaxy you're in. And the initiative looks forward to doing just that.
Why did you leave the Milky Way?
I get that question a lot. Many of us have a deep curiosity that needs to know what else is out there. Our own Milky Way is just one tiny speck in a universe full of mysteries. And speaking for myself, the thought of exploring those mysteries in Andromeda was a call to adventure I could not resist.
So I could get that. Like, I think that's a perfectly good reason. He just wanted to go and explore the Andromeda galaxy, which is fine, but it's like, there's still plenty of other stuff to explore in our galaxy. Like, maybe if every single thing was done, but it's like, oh, okay. Of course, I think she knew about the Reapers, and this is all really just a ploy to make sure that our species survive.
On behalf of my fellow Milky Way travelers, we couldn't be more excited about what the future holds for all of us.
But that's just like such a weird reason to say, to give out.
Please have a look around. We're just getting things up and running.
Alright, so what do you need?
Pathfinder, do you have a moment? We, need to explain you.
Explain me?
Our new VI over there is meant to describe the role of our Pathfinders, but it just lost all its settings in a crash. If you could fix them, that would really help us out. Just talk to the VI, and it'll do the rest.
I can add my own
Thanks.
propaganda.
Of course.
Hey guys, Don't believe the other ones. It's all a lie.
Welcome to the setup for your Pathfinder informational VI. I am programmed with all relevant data. However, you must identify which information I should prioritize. First, select your preferred voice and appearance, male or female.
Male, please.
Variable set. Which aspect of the Pathfinder's role should be highlighted?
I see binary. Non-binary is not a choice. That would have been a neat feature to add. In that case, what I would have done as a developer, like to add like a non-binary option, would have been to take all the voice recordings. I assume that this VI would have switched to like a female voice, maybe, and just have like both audios play, like both the audio lines play like in sync, and just like have them either like one ear, like you can do like left right right channels for one or the other. Yeah, Pathfinder role should highlight exploration, discovery, or first contract. Oh, exploration and discovery, or first contact with new species. How about world domination?
Let's go with exploration and discovery.
Variable set. Next, should I emphasize the role of the Pathfinder team or their partner AI?
Their team.
Go with the Pathfinder's team.
Don't bring up AI. The Angara also have some issues with AI.
Future Pathfinders or in honor of former Pathfinders?
Career.
I want you to give career advice.
Let's not look back, let's look forward.
Would you like to keep these settings?
Sure.
It all sounds good to me.
Thank you for choosing this Pathfinder information VI. Implementing changes.
I level up.
Hello. This display describes our Pathfinders, the initiative's elite explorers.
Tell me about Pathfinders.
Pathfinders survey distant worlds and discover promising new outpost sites for the initiative. Our colonization efforts wouldn't be possible without them.
How does someone usually become a Pathfinder?
The minimum requirements are survival training, AI compatibility testing, and military or scientific experience. If you're interested, submit your candidacy to the Pathfinder headquarters.
Tough job. Do Pathfinders have help?
Each Pathfinder has a team of talented specialists drawn from multiple backgrounds and species. If you see a Pathfinder on your travels, be sure to say hello.
They're happy.
Hello again.
Oh, you're not going to say anything about like... Oh, that was the thing. What's in here? Oh yeah, there's a new tech lab here.
Wouldn't it be more practical to build these walls from the surface?
Nah, Rachni engineers mastered underground construction a millennium ago. These remnant fellows probably had the same idea. Wouldn't mind a seismometer reading, though. Sam, any chance?
Oh.
Hello, Pathfinder. A moment?
What can I do for
Okay,
you,
no,
Doctor?
this isn't the quest I was
have
thinking
a math
of.
problem. Some vital equations that only a mind like Sam's could solve. They concern strange transmission patterns in the Scourge. Perhaps random noise, perhaps not.
Sam likes new experiences. It'll be an opportunity to encounter math homework.
Given the complexity and the security implications, I recommend transferring the equations directly into SAM node. I have them on an optical storage disk for you.
I'll see if I have time.
Thank you, Pathfinder. Please thank Sam as well.
He is here right now. You could just talk to him. Oh, she's freaking out. Pathing error.
The beauty of the cosmos unfolds in your planet scans, Pathfinder. But there is more they can do.
Okay. You made up your mind.
Do you have something in mind, Doctor?
Plans for a school are underway to inspire a new generation of young minds. I want to craft a model of the cluster for them, accurate and splendid from your data. My prototype is on that console. Add more scans to improve it, and I will share my educational budget with you, and my thanks.
Model cluster. 3 initial system models have been completed by the next week. We have... we shall see our place in the world. Optical variants for the Nexus. It must be corrected as construction corrects our orientation. A reminder, our daughters will not know stasis. The 600 years sleeping. They will be born of Andromeda and whatever's unfolding. This cluster is its chaos, was not welcoming, but it matters less what we suffer here and more what we bring. Okay, a final proposal. Professor N. Herrick et al. Since we are, by definition, an invasive species in Andromeda, our inevitable footprint must be laid carefully, and we must preserve anything we replace. The Helios Castle presents an unexpected challenge. We arrive with the seeds and archives, or the seed archives and DNA banks to ensure the preservation of biodiversity of the Milky Way, but this cluster is scarred by the Scourge. And its unique flora and fauna are threatened by its turbulence. That too requires conservation. And geophysics 4, or is that? No, it's 6. Beta build. Patch notes for Chief R. Lucan. Let's see. Streamline interface and Omni tool. Turn voice recognition to recognize both aluminum and aluminum. Aluminum and aluminium. Okay, I get it. There's an extra I in there. Haptic interface no longer defaults to transparent. Also resolves GSV 2027. Haptic interface not found. Customized SIM handshake protocols. Research. Is there any new weapons I can research? No, actually I might need to go buy like technology or something. Or blueprints. Nope, can't make that armor yet. I'm only 1 level short. Doesn't matter what kind of armor there is. It's not going to beat the cool purple armor that I have.
These power outages make no sense.
You! What are you doing in this game, Shapiro? You looking for SJWs at that scanner? You're gonna accuse those plants of being too culturally diverse? Not on my watch, you are not.
I've got power shortages throughout the station. I can't for the life of me find the cause. Oh, whoa, you're the Pathfinder. Hey, sorry, please ignore me. You've got way more important things to do.
Power to the Nexus is pretty important. I'm happy to help.
That's great.
I like it. I like that response. Like, oh, you shouldn't be dealing with the little petty things like this. You have more important stuff.
Here. We could scan the area.
Yeah, the apartments. No one's door's open to me. So if I recall, PV has an apartment.
Sure glad I went to school for this.
Oh.
Thanks for nothing, education.
This terrarium is designed to cultivate plant life in the Nexus. Damage consists with physical attempts to gain entry, interior conditions affected. The electric has been compromised. Oh no. Downstairs.
Just when I've balanced the air mix, another Yahoo has to come wandering through. Aren't you the Pathfinder? Dr. Camden, head of hydroponic sciences. Mind the seedlings.
Bye. Enjoy your gardening.
Botany.
Sure.
Yes? What now?
Really?
Are you always this rude to people walking in?
Only when a mistake could kill everyone on the Nexus.
What do you mean?
Don't step on the grass.
Hydroponics is our air, food, and water. A frail green line between us and oblivion. We almost lost it all during the mutiny. Now it's my responsibility.
I know what surprise responsibility can be like.
So I hear. Perhaps we could share our burdens. I need samples of Andromeda's plant life. Our own specimens should acclimatize to them. Bring me any plants you find. You'll have a bounty in return, and my thanks.
Do stuff for us. So, Vortex. Of course, one of the first things that gets set up is a bar. So, I guess my thoughts on this has definitely evolved. Thanks to Pindex, because my first response is like, really? Like, can we not, like, just intoxicate people and, you know, when there's kind of important stuff to be doing? But after the year and a half that we've been going through, it's probably more like, no, it's just been a year. It feels longer. But after the year that we've gone by, I think I get it now. It's not just about the booze. It's more of a nice, having like a nice place to relax and socialize and to go out that just isn't your house anymore or your apartment. So I think I get it now. I'm still kind of iffy on booze in general, like the overindulgence and the abuse, and usually, especially in our culture, the marketing that comes with like booze. But I get it now. I understand. You guys open up your little social place to relax and get tensions off, especially when you have
resources flowing in,
potentially doom looming over your head.
Initiative. Not quite up to the sales pitch, but getting there. Feels good, right?
I feel it, Liam. Finally getting our start.
There we go. Getting our shit together. Showing the new galaxy that we have it sorted. If I keep saying it, it's true, right?
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Liam.
Take a break, Pathfinder. Everyone needs it. Another one!
Damn it! This is supposed to be the chemistry lab. My chemistry lab. You all keep crawling out of the woodwork like space cockroaches.
You say that, Dutch, but here you are, pouring people drinks.
Hi. I'm standing right here.
They're guinea pigs, damn it. Chemists should have guinea pigs. Not have their labs taken over by people giving them things and being nice.
Bad people. Giving you free things and helping you set up. So inconsiderate.
Right? They keep bringing things. Tables and chairs and this bar and lights. Wait, you're making fun of me, aren't you?
Don't let Dutch put you off. He's a sweetie, really.
I'm not.
And the drinks are good.
Damn right they are. I mean... yeah. I'm a dirty squirrel.
Oh, so this is the chemistry. Is this supposed to be a chemistry lab that's been converted to a bar? That's a bit different. If you had like a place that's supposed to be a bar, that's fine and set it up. If you're gonna like, oh, let's convert the chemistry lab into a booze lounge, that's a bit different.
Hey, I was wondering if you could help me out. It's for the good of the bar.
Lay it on me.
So, folks try and help and all, but we have a limited pool of ingredients. Keep an eye out for anything interesting we could use for new drinks, and we'll let you test them for free.
So Dutch gets ingredients and the guinea pig he wanted, huh?
Exactly. Win-win all around. Welcome back.
Yes, let's experiment on our Pathfinder.
You're back.
People happen when you work at a bar.
Got you there, Dutch.
I'll have to get used to you too, I guess. Fine. You can be a regular. What's your name?
Ryder.
I'm Dutch. That's Anan over there.
I'm the Pathfinder.
Be careful. The snark is strong with that one.
Snark is good. I can work with snark.
Ugh, you're one of those.
Looks like you're outnumbered, Dutch.
You'd think people would reconsider picking on the guy making the drinks, but no. Speaking of, wanna try this one? I'm going to call it the Tall Moose.
He seems to enjoy making drinks, though. So I'm not sure why he's complaining. I like how there's no response, but I think if I drink again, he's gonna
You again.
start looking loopy.
Hello. Welcome to my lab. Bar. Whatever.
Oh, Dutch. Look at you, getting all used to things.
Things are fine. It's people I don't like. They talk back.
Maybe they can't resist your charm.
I hadn't thought of that. Wait. You're messing with me, aren't you?
I would never.
Right. Here. Have a drink. Rotten scoundrel.
Hey now.
The drink. Not you.
Guess that one's okay. No, not getting loopy yet. Alright, let's waste our Pathfinder. Do you have anything new?
Drink of the hour is a lucky leprechaun. Wanna give it a shot?
How lucky are we talking here?
I forget where the ingredients are from.
Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Excellent.
I like how I'm not even paying for any of these, too. Uh-oh. What just happened? He just partied too much.
Looking good there.
What do you want?
Free drinks for Pathfinders. I'll make sure of it.
Oh, that's why. Oh, that's kind of lame. It looked like he was supposed to be, like, partying or something, or probably, like, embarrassed himself, and there's, like,
Let me know what
nothing.
materials you need and I'll find you something.
That's a relief. Thanks for helping out. I owe you one.
Hey.
Oh. So either talk to the terminal or the person. No armor mods yet. Let's see. Right stick compare to... does more damage. Less of everything, though.
Wonder if I can get this part
Hello,
of local
Pathfinder.
traders.
Nice to see you again.
That's the first time I've seen you. Is there anything new? Oh, yeah, there's level 2 mods now. Pistol snipe. Scope, and how about a barrel? No, there's no barrel. Oh no, right here, barrel. Increase weapon stability and I guess more damage. And car mods.
Hello.
Can I even afford this? Yes, I can. Oh, I think this leads back to the Nexus. Or it's the tram thing.
This is amazing. I can't believe we made it.
I'm glad we did. But sometimes, I wonder what I was thinking.
Damn, Ryder, you just missed a good show. One of the alarms malfunctioned, and we thought it was an attack. It didn't take long to figure it out, but in that time, they managed to scramble at least half the station's defenses.
That's quick. They've been running drills?
Something like that. My point is, they've got their act together, and that's a good thing.
Any more?
You ever just think, I miss home? Every time I do, I feel guilty about it. Dan just came through here on a tear. Have you ever seen a Solarian power walking? Hilarious. I like the rest and relaxation well enough. There's really nothing that compares to what's out there.
No, map. Advancements around the Nexus. That leads back to Tempest.
Watch your tone. You saw what happened to the Krogan.
But we need this equipment.
Well, you're not getting it. Stop making frivolous requests.
It's not a frivolous request. Properly functioning air filters are at...
Frivolous. You'll just have to make do.
We can't fix the station breathing bad air.
Your
Krogan
incompetence isn't
racism.
my problem. Just do your job.
What do you want?
Sounds like you're having a rough day.
You saw that, huh? Oh, I'm sorry I snapped at you. The way Spender treats me? Everyone, I'm just so angry.
Oh,
I don't
hey, I got a
understand how
follower.
he's in
Thank
any
you.
position of authority.
JN Doe. JN Doe. I've heard things about him.
I haven't heard much good about that guy.
Whatever you've heard,
The Krogan
it's
racist.
not half as bad as the reality. Just last week, he tried to redirect some of the supplies we need to keep the stasis pods going.
Why?
I have no idea. But if Kesh hadn't stepped in and threatened to airlock him, it would have been a disaster. He's always like that. Making bad decisions, driving the Krogan away, treating people like scum when no one's watching.
Maybe there's something I can do?
A man like that's bound to have some dirt. I wish Tan and Addison could see it.
He's
Things
a
have gotten
space
so
Nazi.
bad that Kesh had to literally kick him out of engineering.
How literal are we talking here?
Boot to ass. Oh, it was glorious. We need him gone, but as incompetent as Spender is at his job, he's insanely good at keeping it. Kesh can tell you more.
Yeah, see? This is a female Solarian. But they look the same. Alright, so where am I going? It's a habitation deck. Cryo deck. Oh, 2 operations.
Residents are still mourning the loss of
initiative founder was killed when the Nexus hit the Scourge. An official tribute is planned, though Director Jaren Tan has provided few details so far.
Without Jean, we wouldn't be here. But now that we are here, we need to focus on surviving before we can celebrate.
This is HNS.
This is Addison. Our first outpost, Prodromos.
So before I forget, let me go talk to... I think the person's at the top. The Sean person. There's something over here.
Another power short.
Oh.
An animal did this?
Affirmative. I am able to track it.
Superintendent Cash reminds everyone all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder.
Shaw.
I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard?
Yeah.
Then his chest burst open. I'll
And
still
skip all
the
the dialogue because we already
could have been
through this.
guilt. To me, that's... In retrospect, it is ironic. If he had...
So the body was...
Please address concerns first with Director Addison. One must obey protocol.
So I think this is where I get introduced to being
You've
unlocked,
shaken
able
things
to...
up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Oh, have I made mommy proud yet? So I think I start picking to select to unthaw.
Sam said there was new functionality
People.
to discuss.
It's how the initiative was designed to support the Pathfinder. You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. That empowers all of us. Hit a threshold. A new cryo group can be brought out. Want more focus on research, like on Prodromos? That's your call. Brecker will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide what life in Andromeda means. No pressure.
So essentially, if you played Inquisition,
Hello, Pathfinder.
this is the war table perks
C63
thing.
Galati. Your first task is to decide irrevocably the course of every life in the initiative.
Whoa, that seems like... too much.
Yes, of course. But now you respect what we're doing. Andromeda viability and Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
What's the rundown on AVP?
Much of the preparation in the Milky Way was determining how to measure success. Thresholds are about capacity, but this is about cost, what we can actually afford to support. Points aren't the most elegant system, but it makes it clear. The more you earn, the more we can deploy.
We have to simplify the system so it makes sense to the player.
How are you measuring thresholds?
It's based on resource estimates and general stability, a metric of acceptable scope and risk. The more you achieve, the greater capacity we can accommodate, the more the initiative can do for you. Simplest explanation? The more you do, the more room we have to grow.
So I decide what groups to wake up. Won't everyone be out eventually?
Absolutely. But there's an order to things, a lines of support. You can't deploy an omelet without first deploying eggs. And eggs won't get you steak. Except it's people, and how all our lives begin.
That's a weird analogy.
All right, Brecca. Where do I start?
The eggs and the steak
interface
thing
is
is
active
okay.
and will respond only to a Pathfinder. It's ready for your first selection. You may begin shaping the initiative at your leisure.
No one gets to wake up. Ha 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 ha. So commerce, military, and science. So earn research points at regular intervals. Receive selection materials at regular intervals. Gain 10%. Oh yeah, but I can't jump forward. And say I don't think I'm gonna need this one. Munitions. Receive a drop of consumable supplies at regular intervals. Receive organic materials. Reveal hidden caches established around established forward stations. Advanced training. Ooh, 10% for gained encounters. That already sounds better. One consumable slot. Munitions. Earn 15% more credits for Apex Legends. Well, how many points do I have? Oh, 1 point. Receive credits. Earn a large amount of credits from money for Bison's increased capacity. I was prepared. It looks like munitions is going to be the best one.
Colonial Affairs, please advise Director Tan of your status.
Yes, Pathfinder?
How are we doing on the viability front?
Struggling. Need I remind you that viability isn't abstract? It's lives, our foothold. Get out there, Ryder. Pathfind. We're dying.
I have info on a specific sleeper I'd like brought out of cryo.
I want to avoid that entirely. For reasons.
Reasons? That's it?
Look, you're the Pathfinder. If you've a request for your extended team, that's a request you can make. Access the sleeper records through Brekker's console. It's none of my business. Until you make it a problem for me. Understood?
She's like, yeah, so
Pathfinder.
I'm not going to do it, but you can be the one to do it.
What's the deal with your assistant? He's a bit...
Spender is an ass.
That's one way of putting it.
I'm aware that he holds certain prejudices, but so does Tan, and we've limited personnel to draw from. Get us more outposts, maybe that changes.
Having people like him around doesn't do your department any favors.
Personality problems are pretty far down my give-a-shit list.
Wow,
How
what
has
a
the
bitch.
Nexus reacted to the foothold I've established?
We send them where you signal, because that's where the need is. There's no time for preference.
Director Addison?
Goodbye, Pathfinder.
Alright, mommy's a bitch. But I think we already knew that.
Colonial Affairs, please advise
Pathfinder,
Director Tan.
AVP leveling continues as per your directions. And of course, the interface remains accessible for any future adjustments. Sweet protocol and process. Now we're living.
Why'd you join the initiative?
I was a teacher. A good life. I could see the positives and negatives right through to the end.
You did the math and it said, come to Andromeda?
No. I just didn't like being able to see the end. Here, I don't have a clue what tomorrow will bring. Feels more like living.
Basics. Oh, what? Okay, you got a bit glitchy
How
there,
may I
game.
assist?
I think I accidentally activated that console at the same time when I... Oh. Never mind.
How may I assist?
What's your take on the state of the initiative?
Please consult the AVP interface. It has a thorough breakdown of your progress.
It's not what I
And
asked.
your personal opinion?
Your progress thrills me. Make my job obsolete, Pathfinder. I dare you.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
That's it? You'll just do it?
Nowhere in my job description does it say, argue with the Pathfinder. That said, I record all interactions. If something you ask for causes trouble, there'll be no doubt that you're responsible.
Sure.
Another time.
No.
Pathfinder.
I was gonna do the thing.
Pathfinder? Name and designation if available.
Let's keep this between us. Here's the info.
Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
Another time.
Pathfinder.
I'm the Pathfinder. I get to decide who gets woken up and who gets to stay asleep.
The mutiny went as well as you'd expect. So much violence. Then, after nearly destroying the station, the Krogan asked for more power? Good riddance.
The hell's that coming from? Who said that? I'll put you back in the pod. Oh, Daddy Krogan, hey.
How many times have I told you this story?
343.
Wait, what? You've been keeping count? Rushan, that's not funny.
Pathfinder, I believe you found the culprit responsible for the power shortages.
Alert Professor Hurek to come secure it.
Why would I kill it? Oh, I didn't get to scan it. Oh.
Pathfinder, thanks for helping Raj and Zara find Atkins. He's not getting out of lockup for a while.
Ryder, can you believe this place?
One space station, slightly dented?
You should have seen it a year ago. It was more than just dented. Anyway, thanks for bringing me on. Tan can't kick me off the station now, and it's been nice seeing my granddaughter again.
The two of you seem close.
It's been Kesh and me against the galaxy the moment I got her.
Aw.
Well, maybe not as much now, but it sure was early on.
Hey, come back. Not done talking.
You sure look thoughtful.
Just thinking about the first time Kesh got her hands on a toolkit.
Master engineer from the day she was born?
Quads no, she worked hard at it. Let's see,
Why
the
is there a
first
weird
time,
film
was
around
our
you?
power generator. She took it apart with the blunt side.
Wouldn't that cause shorts or something?
She liked the fireworks. You can imagine what it was like when she figured out that cracking open bigger things made even bigger sparks.
All right, divert some power from the lower decks.
What about the reports Spender wants?
Ignore them. He can't complain to number 8 about what he doesn't know. If he bothers you, let me know. I'll drop by for a chat.
Ryder?
Cash, Spender is at it again.
Did you tell him I was coming down to check on you?
He still won't leave me alone. He's pretending to inspect my work.
Right. Cycling airlocks 56B and 57B... now.
That worked. He's leaving. Thank you.
Dell told me you saw
Yeah,
her
see?
arguing
There.
with Spender. Hijack's doing his best to throttle my department.
How's he getting away with that?
Spender doesn't know the first thing about engineering, but he knows how to play people. More importantly, he still talks to the exiles. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it without your help.
Yeah, so, so whoever brought up the HR thing. See, there is no HR. That guy
This
gets
needs
to
to be
harass everyone. That means I get to
I'm
flirt
glad
with everyone on
someone
my
thinks so.
team.
Talk to Kandros. He likely has security footage, some kind of evidence. But you'll have to convince him to authorize release.
I'll work my
Nothing
charms
more
on
for now.
Kandros.
Try not to die out
Don't you
there.
worry, girl. I have my ways with him.
Oh, these guys like...
Do the Apex things. Mm-hmm. So what, like, so like, is that map path? The sure sounds like Matt Pat. I have no idea what that is.
No news on the Turian Arc yet.
Matt Pat. Oh. Matthew Robert Patrick? Maybe I think he just sounds like everyone. Oh. Which one? Who? The, him? The, Kendros there? Let's see. I don't see anything about him being a, voice actor or anything. The guy from Game Theory. Oh, that guy. No. Oh, no. Yeah, I know he's famous on YouTube. I don't like him. His content is kind of and shady. So funny thing with him too, though, he does have a connection to this game. His connection to this game is that he tried to do actually no, it wasn't to this game. It was to Mass Effect. He actually no, the Krogan you were talking to. Yeah, you mean Drac? The Daddy Krogan or his granddaughter? Yeah. So he made a video on the indoctrination theory, which is like this weird alternate take on the Mass Effect 3 ending. But he butchered the explanation so badly. In the video, he says like he has like a second part to it. That second part never came out because he butchered it that badly, and he got like so much hate for it. Security footage. What? I was told it should. Oh, yeah.
On the Nexus when it happened. I started reading up on it, but you know how things get around here.
Do you know where Spender was during that time?
Why Spender? Wait, you think he might have had something to do with the mutiny?
Sure.
Maybe. Just trying to sort things out.
You know, the logs I did look through showed a few discrepancies. I meant to dig deeper. If you're investigating, how about I give you access to the security vid archives?
Sure.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Now kiss him goodbye.
Bye, Kendros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
I said kiss him goodbye.
Team leaders reporting back.
Huh, this file won't play. Sam, can you boost the quality?
Processing.
Wait,
Playback initiated.
that's how that works.
Wait, is he handing something over to one of the mutineers?
Take this. It'll help you the armory. Don't.
They give him. I heard him as a
I am
voice
sorry,
actor before, and he had
This
enough
backup file is corrupted.
clout that he would
The
get
audio
into a
tracks
game
are
like this.
heavily
Yeah, I could
degraded.
see that.
Someone may have deleted the original, and this version was restored during a system-wide reset.
Sounds like a cover-up to me.
I concur. While I cannot restore any more audio, the location appears to be Kodara.
How do you figure?
In common parlance, lip reading. I do not recognize the location from any current data. It appears mountainous and populated. We will need to find the planet before I can confirm. I will contact you via my node.
Oh yeah, I think
Let's
you
go
have to go
confront
to the Outworld place first. Let me see, I can look him up on IMDb. Like, I don't mind like looking up stuff online. Well, I'm live. It's a learning experience for everyone. Oh, here we go. Matthew. Known for, let's see, film theory, game theory, food theory. Here we go. Actor. Terrain of Magical Expertise. It's just a video game. It's in post-production. Really? He's playing a character named Matt Theorist. Let's see, he was in a movie, Escape Night, let's see any other video games. He was on Five Nights at Freddy's the musical? It's actually no, it doesn't seem like he's been in like it looks like cartoons like Transformers. Death Battle. But it seems like the Escape the Night. But it looks like the only video game he's been is this upcoming Terrain of Magical Expertise. I agree. His ability to analyze things is intent is a bit something's intense. Yeah, suspect. I like some of his series have some interesting, but the other ones are just, did he even read the source material? Yeah. So the impression I get is that he doesn't actually come up with a lot of these theories. He's just regurgitating stuff, and he's only doing like cursory research without actually like maybe even being a fan of whatever he's reporting on.
Pathfinder. Wow.
Yeah, the really shit
Prime
War cartoon.
Maybe you've heard my voice over the vids. I'm trying to file a story right now, but hey.
HNS, huh? Where are the rest of you?
I had an editor, but it's crazy out here. Now, beyond a freelancer or two, I'm it.
Okay, I
all
guess
that
the
stands
Krogan
between
sounded like it.
freedom
Yeah.
and tyranny, or something. I haven't had much sleep.
Who pays for you to do this?
Technically, HNS is an arm of the initiative, but we serve the public, not them. Sometimes the higher-ups try and tell us what to broadcast, Tan especially, but we decide what to run and how to run it. It causes friction, but at least I can live with myself.
Were you a journalist
Ethics in
back in the
game
Milky Way?
journalism, you say?
I was.
I mean, just regular
Only had a couple
journalism
of
in
under my
general.
Good places, though. The New Star Chronicle even sent me to Mars for a week. The plan was just to work as a reporter out here. Then the uprising happened. We got a little too close. My editor was killed.
Ooh.
Tan blamed our broadcasts for stirring unrest. It was bullshit. Now all I want to do is keep going.
It must be difficult to set up a broadcast from scratch.
No, it's easy. Beyond the lack of staff, resistant authorities, and constant technical glitches. Still, I'm getting there. May have an honest-to-goodness source in Nexus Security, if she ever calls me back.
Who's your source?
No journalist worth their salt will ever give that up.
Talk to you later, Davis.
Hey, Ryder, before you go, I hate to ask, but it seems like your job takes you all over, the places we can't broadcast yet. If I send receivers to your ship, would you mind placing them on some planets? It'll help get news out to even the most far-flung colonists.
What do you need from me, exactly?
I'm digging up good stories here, but not a lot of people beyond the Nexus can hear them. Our long-distance transmitter sends package data between ships, and even planet-side, provided there's a receiver on the other end. I need someone to place receivers and boost our signal. We only have a few, so they need to go on planets with people.
Okay, Davis. I'll help you get set up.
Great. Just place a receiver near an outpost, and they'll get our reports.
Oh, easy enough. Oh, at least he has ethics in terms of what he's going to report.
Pathfinder, Ryder, isn't it? Kerry Tevessa, freelance vidmaker. This is Hakim, my producer. I could use your help.
What are you looking for?
Director Tanz asked for an uplifting documentary on the initiative. Translation, paint rainbows over our problems.
Yep.
But our problems are history. People deserve the truth, not propaganda.
Nice to see someone so devoted to her work.
That's kind. Sometimes the camera makes people shy away from me.
That's a shame.
So that's what I need. The truth, I mean. Someone needs to record the history we're making.
It takes integrity to record the truth and nothing but.
Well, I do my best. And you could help me out. The heart of my documentary will be an interview series. I was hoping you'd take part. I want the dirt and blood of our story, not the convenient fairy tale Tan's looking for. Interested?
You don't mind treading on the initiative director's toes?
What would he do? Pull funding we don't have? I'm game if you are.
Sure.
Okay, interview away.
Let's start at home. 14 months and the Nexus still isn't finished. Arcs are missing, we have people in exile. By any standard, this wasn't the plan. Our leadership describes these as anticipated issues. Would you agree?
No, we need to do better.
We still have to fix them. Everyone, leaders included, needs to pitch in. Let's be honest about these challenges and how we're going to face them.
Nice. Won't make you popular with the leaders, but it's good to hear. Bandwidth means I'm transmitting in short bursts, so that's all for now. But you can bet I'll have more questions later. This was more fun than I expected. You were great. I'll get to work editing.
Hello again. Hello. Director Tan is expecting you.
Last time I was here, this was a storage closet.
Pathfinder Hall just needed a Pathfinder to open.
We're still getting the commons area ready. Hydroponics is only at partial capacity.
Not good enough.
We don't have enough people. My workers need a break, Tan.
I sympathize, but not until our survival is no longer at risk. Now please excuse me while I meet with our Pathfinder. Hey, Ryder. Addison told me about the outpost. You're the hero of the hour.
Came through and Zelda. I think is going through purgatory because he's not wrong about Majora Shark's hot death and green theme, but there's nothing in the intent of the game that implies actually dead. Zelda's already Link alternative universes, so that it's not like Link stumbling to a parallel worlds we're in the game and granting. Yeah, so I like that theory too, but like, yeah, there isn't anything in terms of the intent of the game. But that's the thing, like, I'm pretty sure he didn't come up with that. Pretty sure someone else did. Like, I've heard like weird theories like that are like internet pasta thing. This is the guy I thought that sounded like the game theory guy, the Krogan. What, Director Tan right here? The Solarian? The Solarians are the frog people that I'm talking to right now. So got a big job ahead.
Let's hold off on the celebration. We haven't found home yet.
Oh, there's no need for modesty. Success affords leverage over those who doubted you.
And you're my best friend?
Who?
A patron. One who shares your vision of a prosperous future.
A patron, you say? Ooh. Does that mean I have to treat you properly? Are you coming on to me, Director Tan? Trying to seduce me?
I suppose we agree on that much.
I knew that given a chance, your talents would emerge. Deciphering the vault, alien terraforming. It's not how we imagined all this, but a good Pathfinder improvises. And a great one hangs it on the wall.
Those look like the same
Yours
old
are the first
settlements.
trophies to grace Pathfinder Hall. You're a symbol now, Ryder. A reason for people to believe.
It wouldn't have been possible without my crew. They're a talented bunch.
But you're their beacon.
Careful, he'll end up adopting you, Ryder.
Ah, my staff.
Colleagues, you wouldn't be looking to cut us out, would you, Tan?
I remind you, I am the director of the initiative.
Acting director.
This isn't the time for arguing over who gets to be king. Too much is at stake. We should be cooperating.
That's what I've been saying since we arrived.
Then I look forward to winning our Pathfinder support.
I have concerns about your decision on Eos, Ryder. An outpost full of scientists won't do us much good if the Ket attack.
But it will help support the Nexus. Improved research could help feed our people.
And we could argue about it all day long.
That doesn't really
as we always
matter,
do.
I think, in
The decision was made.
long term.
Now we move on. What is your plan for moving on, Ryder?
We have a lead on the terraforming network. I need to take the Tempest deeper into the sector to investigate. If the other Golden Worlds are where they should be, this could get us closer to them.
Careful. The Kett are scouring the
Cash is
cluster
the
for
guy I'm
remnant
talking about.
technology.
Oh,
You'll end
okay.
up in a fight for sure. You might also run into exiles. They didn't leave the Nexus on good terms.
And we still need more outposts. They're important to expanding the station.
Though with Ark still missing, this could be a chance for Ryder to search for them. Yes, I think that's best. You have my permission.
I don't need permission. Be professional.
Thank you, Director. I'll get on it.
May you light the torch that finds the path. Pathfinder. Ugh.
Right.
Level 10.
Ryder, this is Harry, back on the Ark.
Go ahead.
We may have found a way to talk to your sister, sort of. Drop by when you can. Hyperion Medbay.
Will do.
A reminder, you have AVP outstanding.
Oh.
Right. Have to talk to Addison's assistant about viability perks.
I already
Sounds useful.
took care of that, Sam. Thanks.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for important...
Okay, there we go. Oh. Oh, hey, I can level everyone up from here. It's not what I want. Gonna save, and I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream right now. So I'll actually be back on in a few minutes with the Lesson Learned podcast. Lessons Learned here on Twitch, and I are going to do our game news podcast, so if you stick around or check back in like 20 minutes, I'll be back on. I'm not sure we'll probably be discussing, I imagine we'll probably go into great detail about Anthem and probably BioWare's future. We'll see. So thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you, Pacific Fruit, The Rational Dub, Creeping Darkness. I know the Manic King was lurking earlier. Thank you all for stopping by. If I don't see you in the stream in a few minutes, then I hope everyone has a great day, and thank you for